Hey, everyone, we are live. Arsenal Fan Circle here. It is the Thursday night forum. Pull up a chair. Everyone's welcome here. Join the circle. And want to welcome the three that are here. Tony Turner up top. And we've got Sam and Gary down bottom. All
Good
right.
evening.
Hello.
How are we feeling? How are we feeling tonight? Overall.
Shitty.
Overall.
Shitty. 2 thumbs down.
I'm happy to be podcasting tonight, so I'm happy to do that. The alternative is shoveling snow. Gary, did you get some snow up there?
Yeah, we did, but one of my daughters started shoveling already, so good for me.
Shovel in a wheelchair.
Oh, hey, you love that. Just
It's a new trick.
All right, so listen, welcome everybody. Revenite, thanks for joining us. Obama, where was he?
Yeah, the Liverpool fan trying to give it large. Where you guys been for weeks?
Don't forget, Liverpool, we're meeting you in a few weeks.
Oh, don't say that.
We're looking forward to it now.
Ray.
It's 5-0 now, right?
I know exactly.
Oh no, Brownie's here. Lock up your daughters. Lock up everyone. Lock up everything with a pulse.
All your virgin bloods will be gone.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
I think maybe Alonso might be trying to join us as well a little bit later, but we'll see what happens.
All right.
Yeah, listen, everybody, thanks for joining. Thanks for watching on playback. Really, we do appreciate everyone who watches it, whether it's live or on playback. Want to get this going here for Tony down bottom. So there's a ticker down there at the bottom. Want to raise awareness, help Tony. Have you got something you can demonstrate, Tony? You need a permanent prosthetic leg. Do you have a temporary?
Yeah, it's all the way across the house.
All right, so we won't make you do that, okay? But listen, people that are watching this on playback, if you have the price of a coffee or something, you got a credit card, please donate to Tony's GoFundMe page. Help him get a permanent prosthetic leg. Had an amputation over the Christmas holidays, and big props to Tony. He's dealt with everything really, really well, and we're going to try and help him get to that goal. And we are at about 10% of that goal, so we need to keep it moving. It's going to take a few weeks. We realize that, but you're going to hear us keep talking about it from week to week, and we're going to try and get it publicized on other podcasts as well. Brownie's been good enough to have Tony and me on a couple of live streams. We're becoming honorary Cardiff City fans as well. So that's important. There's also another thing going on for Alonso, a GoFundMe page. So I'm going to wait and see if Alonso joins us. If not, we will mention Alonso's GoFundMe page toward the end of the podcast. So, yeah, please, let's get into it now, though. Let me put this banner up here for Alonso and for Tony as well. I will put the links in the description after this live stream. So please help Alonso and Tony, their GoFundMe pages. The links will be in the description down below, and check them out. You'll see what's going on. And every small donation is going to help in no small way. So with that being said, Tony, I'm going to make you work tonight. Your initial thoughts on the Europa League tie, first leg, Benfica, away from home. It was at the Olympic Stadium in the Stadio Olimpico in Rome.
And aren't they both away games?
Yeah, that's why I did this technically. It's away. Technically, it's away. You know what this means, right? Technically, right?
To me, we fielded a strong lineup. We just did not play good enough at all. Aubameyang had 3 really easy chances. Should have locked it up for us early. Instead, it was just a drab, boring game. We looked uninspired. We're slow in the middle. Zaka was horrible. Aubameyang was horrible. Not too many positives to take from it except for our away goal.
Yeah, Sam, let's just pick up on what Tony said there. Conditions-wise, we saw a lot of players slipping, a lot of rain there. So the conditions were not great for a free-flowing game. Despite all of that, I'm going to say, Sam, despite all of that, I thought we played quite well. Now, you're giving me a hard time in the green room before we started here. I thought we played well. Obviously, we didn't put the ball in the back of the net too many times. And that is the name of the game, right?
Yeah, I mean, don't know really how much rain there'd been. The pitch did look pretty waterlogged, didn't it? You know, there was a lot. There was treading a lot of water there. I suppose didn't really help, but then we managed to play really well in the snow at West Brom, didn't we? I mean, so I don't really. it's weird how we could just change like that, but anyway, I thought overall the game was very mediocre, to be honest. We created a few chances as we normally do. Aubameyang was poor again today, unfortunately. He just had his first Premier League hat trick ever with Arsenal in the last game against Leeds, and then we thought, finally we might have our Aubameyang back a bit now, maybe a bit of confidence, a bit of motivation. And today he was just completely dead again. Unfortunately, that open goal he missed quite early on from the Bellerin pass in from the side, squared it in. I thought that was a terrible miss. He had another couple of other terrible misses, just not looking good. Overall, I mean, you got to remember this Benfica team. They're not very good, Ray. Mm-hmm. They drew with Rangers. They're not high up on the table. I mean, they're like fourth or fifth or something like that in Portugal. I mean, that's the Portuguese league is not great. I mean, this is a team we should be beating comprehensively, really, if we've got aspirations of winning this tournament and aspirations of showing that we are a team that means business. I mean, so for me, the performance wasn't good enough. It really wasn't. Like Tony said, a lot of lackluster performances out there. A lot of players who look like they just were stuck in second gear, not really bothered to move out of second gear, just going through the motions. And this is something I see we've done a lot in recent years when we play teams where we, like against Olympiacos, last time out, when we play against teams we sort of know we should be beating, it's like we just can't really get ourselves motivated for it, and we struggle so much, and it's just not good enough. The way we played today, as Tony said, I agree, it was quite slow, lethargic. The play wasn't there, apart from sometimes it clicked here and there, with some of our forward players like Smith Rowe and Ødegaard, Saka, would sometimes click. But it was just overall, it was just really, really, laborious, and it just looked like we struggled. And to struggle against Benfica is just not good enough. I'm sorry, it's just it's a poor overall, quite a poor performance.
Yeah. The Revanite here says, you guys going to blame the referee like AFTV because apparently it wasn't a handball. Shaking my head, honestly.
Of course it was.
Anytime you have
way up high, of course there's a handball.
Well, here's the thing.
Handball ever.
Remember, the hand was away. The hands were away from his body. He is a defender. You can't do that. He turns and flares his arm. If the ball doesn't get touched, it goes into the goalie box. Yeah. I mean, it's just everything about it.
On our watch along, all of us unanimously said that's a penalty. There was nothing really to say there.
What you have is a forward there who doesn't know the nitty gritty about defending. Hasn't been coached.
Well, you know what? Come on. You've been playing football for most of your life. No, come on, Ray. This isn't something you just pick up when you become a professional.
Ray sounded like a Tottenham player.
I mean, come on,
Gary.
You got handball is a handball as a 9-year-old as it is as a 19-year-old. So come on, Ray. You know what?
He's not a defender, Gary.
That doesn't matter. Come on, you can't hand the ball. What is that?
You know where your arms are. You know you can't use your arms.
Come on, Ray. No,
I know
what? That's an excuse.
I know you can't handle the ball. He knows that as well.
That's an excuse, though. You know what? Ray, but you know what I'm going to say? What am I going to say, Ray?
Tell me.
Ray sounds like a Tottenham fan.
That handball started. That issue started when on a cross, they can just roll the ball into our 18. We weren't defending. It started with a defense on the corner. I mean, that way it was poor. I mean, we gave them all the space and time they needed. The ball gets rolled right into the 18, They get all the space they need. That ball should have been cleared out. There's no way they should have been able to get that ball in there. So it always starts with a breakdown, and it ended in this case with a handball.
The real reason we lost, though, is because Brownie said we were going to win 3-0. Every bet this guy has is always wrong. So
you know what? Save your money, Brownie. Don't bet on Arsenal, please.
Don't bet on Arsenal, because when you bet we're going to win, we lose or draw. So just stop betting on Arsenal, okay?
Yeah. I mean, isn't Arsenal his favorite team anyways? Why does he do that? I mean, he claims to be a Cardiff fan, but there's no way.
He says he's a Cardiff fan, but he's more on Arsenal chats than he is anywhere else. So
he's got a red shirt. I mean,
irrespective, Gary, I will agree with you. You can't have your arms up in the air like that. The ball will strike your arm. It will be a penalty, but it's not his everyday job description to defend in the box.
You're making excuses for him. He's a professional football player. He's not only played in England; he's played around the world. Come on,
shame on you, Ray.
You're making excuses for him.
All right, listen. We don't get a lot of.
I didn't even get to talk about the game. You guys started talking about a handball before I even got a chance to even mention about anything about the game.
Yeah, I was going to come to you for your initial thoughts, and you've given me more than that now.
Yeah, well, you started with your comment.
We don't usually get a lot of comments after the live stream, so I would like anyone who has an opinion on this to drop a comment down there in the box after the live stream when you're watching this in playback. Do you think Emile Smith-Rowe should defend like a defender? Or
not what we said. Oh,
go ahead, Gary. You frame it for me.
No. You gotta know it. You gotta know when you come out of the ball, you can't just flare your arms around. That's not something that you're telling me they only read the offensive side of the manual in terms of how to play the game. They have to know how to defend, no matter what.
That's 95% of his job is the offensive side of it, not the defensive side of it. So, Gary, how would you phrase it then for the folks who are inclined to leave a comment for us?
Is that a handball that any player that's ever played soccer professionally should know to do better? Yeah. Close out. You got to close out the ball faster. You can't flare your arms around. Keep your arms close to your body. I mean, this is things everybody knows. I don't even play professional, and I know this. So he's been playing a lot longer than I have. So I think he knows the rules.
All right. Well, that being said, please leave comments. We would be very interested to see the feedback. Do you support Ray or do you support Gary on this? And the other two. I think it's 3-1 here.
Yeah. Can I talk about the game now?
As always, yeah. Let me get your views on the game.
Okay. Yeah. So I looked at the lineup. I said, all right, we're going to bring the same 11 in. Okay. So what do I always want from one game to the next, Ray? What do I want?
Consistency.
Improvement.
Just a little improvement from the from the previous game. Now we've got the same 11. So they know each other, so that shouldn't be an issue. Some improvements from the last game. I mean, it was a good game for 40 minutes, so 45 minutes, right? So we did really well there. Coming to this game, what do we, something we can improve on. I don't know what we improved on today. We did get opportunities to score. You got to finish. I mean, Aubameyang's first opportunity, there's no. 9 times out of 10, that actually goes between the sticks. Maybe the goalie makes a save, right?
Yeah. Yep.
9 times out of 10, and the only time he misses is because the defense was really good. I think, maybe
probably 95 times out of 100 he scored.
Yeah, he's gonna put that ball between the sticks at least, right? Put it on frame. The goalie's gonna have to make a stop. So, that was telling. I mean, I think the game started out with who knows how many offsides. I mean, it was we came out slow again, right? For the first 15, 20 minutes. Oh, right. Somebody is really being really mean to you.
Me?
Yeah. Do you see? You Tony put a comment out there and you posted it. Oh yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm an equal opportunity.
That is a mean statement. We're Arsenal. We don't do that over here. We're nice people.
He's making excuses left and right.
He actually knows how to spell that name. I don't know. No.
Mm.
But anyway, yeah. But like I said, I think
Who's
we
the
should
real
have
Sam?
been able to do a little bit better than we did in the previous game. They were allowing us everything we wanted, which I guess is the problem sometimes, right? We need teams to come out of their shell and attack us, open things up. But we had opportunities. We took, we put balls in good places. I mean, everybody had opportunities to take a shot and score. Nobody could, until
Yeah.
that one goal went in. So that's not the issue, right? I mean, in the defense, they didn't put too much pressure on us to where I would say that, you know what, our defense struggled. I think it was just mostly the offense today. They needed to be able to finish, and they just did not.
Gary, did you like the lineup? Starting lineup?
Did I
Before a
like
ball
it?
was kicked?
I could have seen some changes for sure. I would have been okay with some changes. My question now is, I assume we're not going to see that same lineup again, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I don't think Emil Smith-Rowe should have played anyways. I think he should have rested. I mean, I felt like he's been pretty much huffing and puffing the last number of games. He hasn't actually had an opportunity to sit down and maybe get some rest. I think he needs it. Saka, I think many have talked about it. He's going to need some rest. Are we taking this more seriously, or are we taking the Premier League seriously? So I guess we'll find out based on who we're going to play. But I think this. I mean, I would like once in a while. I would like. I don't know what Arteta said after this game, but hopefully he's disappointed in the play and surprised by it. Right. This is not the way he set the team up. They definitely could have done a lot better. So I think the team, they should be disappointed.
You might call me crazy, Gary, but like we're 2 good strikes away from having a different tone to the podcast tonight. Aubameyang scores 2 of those 3 opportunities. Saka takes another one of those opportunities. It's a 3-1 win, and the tone is a lot different, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've had, we go look at our last 4 games, and it's been that kind of situation where, I mean, I guess the Leeds game, you could say we did okay, but the other 3 games in the last 4, there was always those opportunities where we should have been able to put the game away and get something out of it. And, we've had 3 games, we had 2 losses and this draw, and in all of them, we've had opportunities to put the game away early, and we just haven't done it. And that's always come back to haunt us. I mean, I think this game epitomizes what we've seen in the past, right? Teams will take their chances when they come, and we always seem to give them an opportunity one way or the other. And then once that happens, they're so disciplined that they can kind of hold their shape a little bit and maybe get something out of the game. And that always seems to happen. So we, I think on that cross, I believe we kind of fell asleep there and let them get that ball in. I mean, we never get that opportunity to take a ball from a corner and roll it into the 18. I mean,
that was a really good move that one of our players, I think it was Sabaya, switched off on. Sam, going to come to you with the Revenites question here. What do you guys think it means for Pepe that he gets a run of a few games and now he's back to the bench? You think he's getting sold?
I wouldn't mind selling him. The thing is, I don't know if the club's going to sell him. I think they're probably going to keep hold of him for a bit longer. Not that he's good enough, or they think he's good enough, but yeah, I mean, it's like I've been saying, we're so used to him being rubbish that when he all of a sudden sort of has a few games which actually aren't very good, they're just average. He goes up to the average, what we should be sort of seeing without him being great. And all of a sudden, that level, that lower expectation we have of him because he's normally so terrible, he's been at an average level. I wouldn't say he's been great or very good. He's been average. And so for me, dropping him again, when you look at it that way, I don't mind dropping him again because he hasn't really done enough to cement a place in the starting 11. Not with the other players we've got there.
Would you say, Sam, he's a good second choice position?
Yes,
he's a bench player.
I would say he's second choice. He's ahead ahead of Willian, ahead of Reece Nelson, definitely. So he's second choice at the moment. He's sort of rotation or backup, as you would say, and he's just very expensive backup at the moment.
And I think Gary, you feel the same way. He's an expensive backup at 72 million, but he is backup, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, yes and no. I don't know because I don't feel like we even got like you said, we finally got a chance to see him play. And we just don't know. I mean, I feel like we just don't know, and I think that's the problem. We just don't know what we're gonna. Can he be consistent? Yeah. We don't get to see it enough when he is playing well. What's going to happen? I mean, is he? I mean, I think the nice thing is that we have enough players for the front four minus Willian, and I don't think we're going to lose much. We can always get something from that. So, I mean, will they get their money back? And I think that's the biggest issue is, do we sell them now when a lot of people are struggling, with cash? Or do we wait another year when maybe things open up, but then, he's closer and closer to, I don't know how many years he has left, but, that seems to be our issue. I mean, that seems to be our issue, right? We're always at that, 2 to 1 years left on the contract, trying to figure things out. And we need to get out of that rut, right? So
we got a lot of players coming up in the summer. We'll get into that a bit later. That are going to be coming up on 2 years or 1 year, right? Is 72 million investment too much for a second choice? However, we didn't know Saka would be this good, and we're going to talk a little bit about Saka a little bit later as well.
No, we've got a lot of wasted money, but I would rather. I mean,
spread out over 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, Willian is what 22, 23 million over 30, the next. Well, we've already spent one, but I mean, if you're
32 with bonuses,
32 million, and he's even worse than Pepe, which is scary, right? I mean, so
Tony, sorry, Gary. Tony, you wanted to jump in?
As I asked Sam, who is it better than Willian?
Yeah, we know one player, indeed. So, Tony, your initial thoughts on the starting lineup, and then we'll get into the misses and the chances that we've had here.
I'd like to see Mari start. I'd probably start Lacazette over Aubameyang.
Can you understand why Aubameyang was persisted with that lineup that worked on against Leeds? Are we trying to keep that thing going? That Aubameyang, we sort of sparked some life into him. We got Ødegaard, and Emil Smith-Rowe and Saka behind them.
Yeah, I think we're kind of lucky to get started off the last game 3-0 in the first half. Then the second half we were subpar, just bang average and not good enough. In this game we weren't good enough, so don't think Aubameyang really fits this lineup. I think Pepe's better out there, or Martinelli, whoever you want to put out on the left.
Sam, I thought we started pretty well, and you see Vertonghen putting a couple challenges on Saka in the early minutes. They clearly knew that Saka was going to be the danger man tonight.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's a player that we see opposition teams target a lot now because he is a very influential player, right? So they're going to go in hard on him and try and, knock him off his axis, so to say. But we had other players, step up today. We had some good players going forward. I thought we just lacked that, killer instinct. We lacked that, that good decision in the final third. But yeah, Saka, very influential player again. He scored our goal, obviously. He's doing very well so far this season for us. And yeah, Vertonghen is not what he used to be. He's past his best, isn't he? So it is what it is with him. But yeah, Benfica overall, they're not a very good team. Again, this is a team we should be scoring at least a couple of goals on, to get a decent cushion for that second leg. So to end up with a draw like that, even though we've got an away goal, it's still a bit disappointing. And in regards to the starting lineup up front, yeah, I mean, of course, I think, it was a good idea to continue with Aubameyang because he had a very good game against Leeds. It looked like all of a sudden we were seeing some kind of remnant of what he used to be, some kind of, that type of player that we were used to seeing before. He worked well together with the other players that game. So I can understand why Arteta said, okay, let's try it again. And unfortunately, Aubameyang just didn't really show up again today.
Yeah, I think it's John, the Revenant, said all it takes is good scouting and better recruitment. You can find 2 gems for 10 to 20 million that put up.
We don't have any scouts.
And the first part of that is good scouting and better recruitment. That's all you need. And
how can you scout without scouts?
There's about 18 teams that want to do that every season. It's not always the easiest thing to do.
No one ever said that. What's Brownie on about? What are you on about, Brownie? No one said Leeds can't defend. What are you talking about?
Leeds, because they can't defend. Yeah, we know Leeds play with a certain amount of abandon.
You know what? The defense had nothing to do with Aubameyang missing those, not even getting a shot on frame for the 3 opportunities that he had. Right, that had nothing to do with the defense.
I could have scored
as a striker. If you get those 3 opportunities, you expect to score at least one of them, right?
Exactly,
at the worst.
Yeah.
And he should have scored at least 2 based on. I mean, the one where he's off on his own, he's in front of everyone. He doesn't even get the ball out from under his feet, and that's part of his job, right?
Yeah.
We gave him space. Put the ball right on. I forgot who made that long pass, but it was a sweet pass to him.
Gabriel.
I think from the defense, right?
Yep, Gabriel.
And he does nothing with it, and then
take the shot on your left foot.
Just yeah, exactly. I mean, he scored with his left, and when he came back and started scoring, right? So it is there, and then Gabriel makes that pass, and I know we may not have got to that point, but that's something that I don't think Holding can make that pass. I haven't seen Marie make a pass like that. I know Luis has it in his tool chest, right?
Yep.
Right, but that. That's what we want from our back line if we're not going to get it from the guys in front of them. But yeah, I mean, I think the other thing I was going to. Oh, sorry.
Remember wasting money on Stuart Downing, Paul Konchesky, Andy Carroll, Charlie Adam. Us Liverpool fans know about poor recruitment, and that's kind of like what you need. You need to have good recruitment, Gary.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, I think Tony was talking about, I think you were talking about early in the game. I think one of the things that we noticed from the teams that was at least supposed to compete against is that they are going to foul our youth, because once they do that, that slows them down a little bit, right? Yeah. Mentally and physically. And
one of our most
needs to have a plan, and he needs to have an answer for that, right? That's going to just keep happening with teams that have no choice, right? Because Saka's going to beat them, and Mills. I mean, I think in the first 5 or 6 minutes, they I believe put some hard fouls on those guys. That's going to continue to happen. So
good to see you back, James Fernandez, as well. I think it's been quite a few weeks since we saw you.
Oh yeah,
not
been a while.
That name looks familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
welcome.
Gary, so after 15 minutes, my notes are we are just missing the final pass. We're playing quite well, but we just haven't gotten in there. The final pass, 17 minutes, there's a long ball over the top. It's cut out by the goalkeeper, who did well actually to sweep that up. And then 18th minute is the first Aubameyang miss. The one time, a long ball inside. It was like the Leicester goal of last season. A long ball inside the fullback. We've been trying that quite a bit with Partey in the team now. Ceballos, I think, was able to play that ball to Hector Bellerin. And the one time Hector Bellerin will give a good delivery, Aubameyang fluffs his lines, Gary.
Yeah, I mean, that is one of the things that he has been able to do, right? Once in a while, is get up there and attack the back line, and this time he's able to get a cross in that I don't know where else is he supposed to put it. I mean, the only thing I could, the only thing that was negative about it is it didn't go in, but also I'm like, well, damn it, if he could have just curled it just a little bit, maybe Saka could have got on it. It would have been a score easy because he was coming in just a fraction of a second too late. If he could have got a foot on that, I think he could have scored as well. But you expect your striker to put that away no matter what. So yeah, that's how it. If there's a plan of how to attack and get the ball to your striker, that was it. And Aubameyang let Bellerin down. I mean, I can't complain that much about the people I don't. Some of the players I have struggles with today because we put the ball in the hands and the feet. Sorry, the feet of
Yeah,
the players that we expect to do good things for us today, and they just did
Bellerin
not.
puts it on the plate. Bellerin puts it on the plate. A
Maybe
player
that's
that
why
we
he missed it. He was
sometimes
shocked
forget.
Bellerin gave him a good pass.
No, you know what? He can't. That doesn't. It's all on Aubameyang. I'm not gonna blame Bellerin for that. That was one of the good things he did today. I mean, he does his usual stuff, but that was really good. I'm not going to take that away from him.
Sam, directly after that, my notes are goals really do buy you the luxury to rest players. So if you take those chances and you get on a team 2-0, 1-0 early in the first half after 18 minutes, you get on top of them. Those goals, those chances are valuable because it will allow you the luxury to rest players as we go through this season. And we have some young players now that are looking like they're getting tired, getting jaded. And we have one great player who's playing a lot of minutes. And actually, I think he played the full 90 today in Saka.
Yeah, he's doing very well, isn't he? Yeah, and I think he's coming up now for a rest, a well-deserved rest. Yeah, I mean, it's as I was saying, our major problem is finishing. I say so far this season, we're creating chances that Aubameyang used to put away, and now he doesn't. I'm a bit worried now that what we saw against Leeds was really good, but it's just worrying that he can't do it. I'm not saying he should get a hat trick today, but he should have had at least one goal today. He should have had at least one.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's missing those chances so poorly, so badly, the way he's doing it is also a bit worrying, when you see it. And it's not like he's just unlucky or just narrowly missing it. He's completely fluffing it. He's really, really doing poor, the way he's attacking the ball and the way he's finishing it is just really poor, and that's just worrying. So now we haven't got his finishing anymore. I'm afraid it looks like, that's what we're lacking. We're lacking our finishing. Lacazette, we know, he can't finish his dinner, so he'll score 1 out of 5, 6 chances, basically like what Aubameyang's been doing. We're lacking that real clinical striker. That's what we need now, because the chances are coming. Ødegaard, Saka, Smith Rowe, they're creating the chances.
Yeah,
but just the finishing's not there. It's unfortunately, and if you don't finish, that's what, like you say, that's when you don't get your wins, your leads, and you can't, like you say, it puts more pressure on keeping the same players playing because you can't rest. You don't get the luxury of being able to rest players when you win games. Yeah.
Yeah. Gary?
No, I was gonna say, well, maybe you should try Balogun, but I'm not sure of his finishing right now. I know he's got a good hold up play and he can take a good shot, but as far as like the finishing that you're talking about, it's probably not there either. So
I'll give him a chance for 20 minutes to see what he can do.
Yeah.
But that's unfortunately, we're not seeing him.
I mean, that was the one thing about the lineup that was I was a little disappointed. I was like, so we can put in 2 goalies, but we can't put Nelson in, and Balogun doesn't get a sniff. I mean, I know Balogun, whatever, but Nelson isn't there either. So like that was I mean, why did we bring him?
The forgotten man. He's fast becoming the forgotten man.
Yeah, Nelson's a good question.
I understand he's the reason why he's here, but he has to trust Arsenal when they tell him you need to go out on loan. You're not playing here. This is a waste he's wasting 6 months for what reason? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Right.
We've seen what happened with Ainsley Maitland-Niles, and now, rightly or wrongly, Hector Bellerin is featuring in some decent play for us. You know,
Who?
Hector Bellerin, because he doesn't have that. He doesn't have Ainsley Maitland-Niles taking minutes from him. You know,
Oh,
Tony.
maybe. Yeah. I was just
Sorry,
going to say
Gareth.
that if Karen Tierney was healthy, maybe he would have a challenge for his spot. So
Yeah,
Mm.
with Cedric, exactly. And I'm going to get to Cedric. Got some good things to say about him for the goal as well. Tony, that our right side was really combining very well. Hector Bellerin, Odegaard, and Bukayo Saka. They were combining really, really well. And 27 minutes, Saka cuts inside, has a left-footed shot. At that time in the game, we only had that one opportunity for Aubameyang to miss, and it was nice to get another shot on target from Saka.
Yeah, last year our left side was our strength, and now since we've moved Saka over to the right side's becoming our strength.
It's really amazing how quickly this kid has just grown in prominence within one season, and he could probably be forgiven of having a kind of a setback. And I hope that doesn't happen. We have to talk about managing his minutes as well, Tony. We all want to see him against Manchester City, and we're going to get on to City next. But
Yeah, he sort of came off with about 30 minutes left, where they end up running him into the ground. But with all
it's
the hard
it's
fouls and stuff he gets, he seems like he recuperates fast, and it doesn't seem to bother him. But still not a
yeah,
good idea to keep playing him like that.
Sam. It's maddening that Bukayo Saka is staying on for 90-minute games. We have 5 substitutes. They were all used today, but none of them require taking Saka off.
No, I agree. I think we should have taken him off maybe a little bit earlier, or at least taken him off today, give him a little bit of a breather. Yeah, it's getting to that point where, maybe we're going to start overusing him, where we're just going to start seeing maybe falling off a little bit form-wise, which we don't want to see. Want to keep him fresh, want to keep him in good form. So yeah, I agree. We should have taken him off today, but Arteta didn't. This, another decision maybe that you could say is not a good one, and we'll see against City if his form continues. That's going to be a very tough game.
Interesting. Yeah, and we're going to get to that in the next 15 minutes or so. Sam, the rest of the game finishes out. Darwin gets a shot when 2 Arsenal players actually slipped in midfield due to the conditions. I believe it was very wet there. Benfica were coming into the game, and I thought Odegaard and Emile Smith-Rowe looked very bright. We're playing more vertically now. We're playing a lot more through balls into the forwards, and that's really down to Odegaard. I'll never pronounce that correctly.
Odegaard. No,
Odegaard.
it's because both of those guys, Smith Rowe and Odegaard, they have the vision to be able to put the ball in behind defence. They find the openings in the channels. They play the balls through the channels. And if you've got players running into the channels, then you're going to have players running onto those balls. We saw it several times today, where the successful passes in behind defence were going through the channels from either Smith Rowe or Odegaard. And, it's just so... They're vital at the moment. They're vital to our attack because they're the ones creating our chances or having that pre-pass that sets up the assist, I know that's a terrible stat that people don't really like that one, but
pre-assist.
The pre-assist, but that Smith Rowe and Odegaard, they're doing well in that department as well. So
don't count.
they're an integral part of our attack at the moment, and I think we really need to see them continue to play together because they can press together as well. I mean, Odegaard, the way he leads the press, communicates with everyone, tells he's leading everyone in the press up front. He's got the legs to do it. He's got the motivation and the desire to do it. So you can play him, together with Smith Rowe like we've seen today. It does work. So we need to keep doing that. And yeah, like you're saying, we're playing more vertical. We're not playing so far out wide at the moment, and it's actually working quite well. In terms of you see that those passes are coming through and getting to where they're supposed to be going. But again, it's that, making the right decision in the final third and the finishing that's letting us down.
Yeah. So we go in 0-0 at halftime, and everything Gary would happen very quickly in the first 10 minutes of the second half. I thought we started pretty brightly in the second half. Saka, there's a flick from Odegaard. Saka gets in, he pulls his shot again to the near post and wide, and that's just some. I think that's going to come in his game where he gets that calmness, where he gets into positions. He's really good at being in the right place at the right time. Saka is, but I also think that part of his game where he gets one-on-one with the goalkeeper, he needs to have that calmness.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know if it's the right shot, if it's the same shot you're thinking of, but yeah,
Left-footed shot, just inside right channel. He pulled it left of the goalkeeper, as it were.
yeah. I mean, like you said, he's gonna have to work on that, right? So,
Yeah.
it's only gonna come with time, I think. I mean, he's, I mean, he's not, he's not one of your top goal scorers in terms of the young scorers that are out there, but it'll come with time. He does definitely puts himself in a situation to score. I mean, one of the things on that, we're talking about Milsrif Rowe
Yeah.
and Erdiger. Do you think we should use that too often? Because I kind of feel like, I know Milsrif Rowe's fine on the left, but don't we have better? I mean, if we're gonna go, say we were going with our strongest 11, would we want somebody else
Yeah.
out there on the left, be it a Martinelli or a Aubameyang, depending on what who's playing up front? Because I kind of feel like you take away a little bit more of your scoring opportunities, and also, like you said, I think we didn't get much on the left side. Is that because of Milsrif Rowe being there on the left? More, because I think when we're in the middle, we had balls being spread across the field a little bit more, right? Because I mean that was when we first saw Saka move to the side and Pepe was on the right. We felt like we had a more equal attack on both sides of the field than we had in the past.
So
Whereas
we'll
today,
go. Let's pose that one to Sam then. Should we continue playing Emil Smith Rowe and Odegaard together? They are essentially creators. They're not going to take that many goals. So do we want to take one out, maybe put a goal scorer in there?
I think they work well together. I think they're an essential part of our attack at the moment. For me, they go as part of the midfield trio, whereas the forward trio, you can still put a Martinelli or someone, whoever out left. You can still have a Lacazette or an Aubameyang or whoever you want to put in the middle, and you can still have Saka.
So where they would naturally line up or could line up, Sam, you would have to have probably only one of the two wingers, either Martinelli or Pepe, and the striker, obviously.
Yeah, and they did a lot of interchanging as well. It's a very fluid formation up front. They're not just sticking into one place. They're moving around, changing positions. But for me, that midfield trio we use. We can have a deep lying player. Today we had two deep lying players in Ceballos and Xhaka, but for me, you can just have one and use both Odegaard and Smith Rowe like we did against Leeds.
I like that idea because I mean, you push them a little. Yeah, I like that idea better than having one of them out on the wing though. It's just kind of where where they are now, because I don't think they would take. I don't think they take that right now. They're not taking those shots, and I think I would like to have seen them take some shots. I mean, like I said during the warm watch along when Erdegaard got the ball right there on the 18, I would have liked to see him take that shot even from distance. It doesn't just because it shows that it's going to be an attack coming from either side of the field, and I would just like to see it come from that position when they get out there. Because I mean, you got to take. I say you got to take what they give you. I don't think we even got a shot when he didn't take it. So I kind of feel like those are opportunities that we need to take when they come.
Yeah. So. Let me go to Sam because I know you're quite sweet on Haaland. Norma's comment here, Sam. We have our own Jadon Sancho and Saka, and he is going to be worth a lot of money, and that's a whole podcast in itself. We got to talk about how Arsenal has to improve with this kid. We've been talking about this for about a year now. Arsenal needs to improve at the same rate of Emile Smith-Rowe and Saka's going to improve, or else we're going to risk losing these players. Anyway, Sam, now we need to sell Laka and Nketiah and buy Holland.
Well, for me, what we do is we sell Aubameyang, Lacazette, and Nketiah, and we promote Balogun, and we already have Martinelli, who can be used up front as well, as we know, and Saka. So.
And we need to probably get one more forward then if you're going to do that.
So that what I'm saying is, when with the money you generate from those three sales, Nketiah, Lacazette, and Aubameyang, you have the money to buy a top level striker, one of the top players out there, if they're willing to come to Arsenal. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because Haaland, and this has been confirmed by the famous Mr. Romano, is apparently he has an agreed 75 million release clause in his contract that activates next summer. Not this summer, but next summer. So he's going to have one more year with Dortmund, most likely, unless something very, very strange happens. He's going to have one more season with Dortmund after this one. And next summer is when he will likely move on. And apparently there is a 75 million pound or euro release clause. Now, I know for a fact that him and Ødegaard are very, very good friends. They've played together throughout all their careers at the national level, through all the youth levels, and they play very well together on the national team. They're a very good combination. Ødegaard can find Haaland, and Haaland can finish very well. So I would absolutely love to see Haaland come to Arsenal. And Haaland is very special. He's probably, it's not just because he's Norwegian. It sounds like I'm, trying to, blow the trumpet of the Norwegians.
Where's your flag?
Yeah, but the thing is,
the flag?
This kid, when you look, and I know stats aren't the be all and end all of everything, but this kid has some special stats that haven't been seen at all ever. I mean, the kid has a conversion rate, and in all games, in all competitions, he's got a conversion rate of just about 60%. Now, that is just, it's just unheard of. He's basically finished.
Translate that to what that would be for Arsenal currency. What does conversion rate go to?
So you're looking at what? Aubameyang now is at what, 20% maybe? Something like that, So maybe even less, between 10 and 20%, So, when you got Haaland, who's basically finishing 6 out of every 10 chances he gets, in all competitions, the guy's got, what he has? He's got 19 goals in 13 Champions League games now. 19 goals. Wow. It's absolutely unheard of. Wow. This kid is an absolute phenomenon, and he's strong. He's not lightning quick. He's quick. He's quick enough. He's not lightning quick. He's not Mbappe quick, but he's quick. He's strong. He's good in the air. He's good with both his feet, and the guy, he has a nose for goal like you never seen. He could finish blindfolded. The guy is so special.
And he wants to also play in the Premier League at some point.
And he wants to play in the Premier League. He's got the Premier League in his sights eventually. But the thing is, I just don't know if Arsenal, unless we really bring in some players who can entice him, some good players this summer, and sort of create that project that he can maybe be a part of, like with the Ødegaard has bought into as well. Unless you've got a project for him to come into that looks exciting and looks like something that could be something, we're not going to get him, because he's going to go to either Real Madrid or he's going to go to Man City, because Man City has ties to his father as well, ex-City player. They're the type of clubs who are going to be going for him. But I think I know a lot of people thinking Arsenal would never have a chance, and I'm saying don't rule it out, because of the project Arteta could be putting together if we buy some decent players now, and because if we keep Ødegaard is an important piece in maybe bringing in Haaland. That could make it a possibility if it ever was going to be a possibility. But I just want to say one more thing: if we don't go for Haaland, I'm not sure we would. I mean, I'm not sure how things are going to pan out. But a player I really would like at Arsenal, if we do get rid of those 3 players, a player who I personally like and I think could do very well for us because of the way he plays, is Lukaku. I really like Lukaku. I'd love to buy him from Inter Milan because he's strong in the air. He can hold the ball up. He's a good finisher. You know, I really think he could do a good job for us, Lukaku.
Yeah, but you know what's going to happen though, right? As soon as he comes, we start putting crosses in because that's just the Arsenal way. I mean, right now we're putting crosses in with nobody there. As soon as we bring in somebody who can get to the end of them, we can't even get the ball in the air anymore. It never makes it in there.
And Tony would go for Hudson Edward from Celtic. Another name I'm going to throw out is Patson Daka from Salzburg as well. I think he would be a really, really good addition. Anyway,
back for all the headers.
That is the future. Jonathan, thanks for joining us. Jonathan Porter, Messi, Ronaldo are all around 20%. Haaland's at around 60%. Brownie wants to tell us that the partnership will turn up at Real Madrid between Odegaard and Haaland. And Don Juan, thanks for joining us.
What money? I just want to ask Brownie, what money are Real Madrid going to use then? What money have they got? They need to sell players, right?
I'll see if he comes back then.
I'm already concerned because we bring him over here. Whatever he does positive is just, as far as
he doesn't want to be at Real Madrid. He doesn't want to be at Real Madrid.
I understand that, but it's, to me, it's just well, maybe there's another avenue, another place he can go, because I kind of feel like the fact that we don't have, once again, much control over the player movement. Once he leaves for the summer, and we don't. Say hopefully things work out for us and we're able to see something in the way of European football. But if we don't have that, I find it's going to be hard for us, right, to be able to to pull players in when we have that taken away from us, right? Mm-hmm. I have no doubt if we're able to bring players in that hopefully we'll be able to turn it around in a year, but to start that, that's going to be tough. That's why it's, to me, it's almost okay if we did go with players that are in the Premier League, and so.
Well, there's some good alternatives out there, definitely.
Yep. All right. Do we need to talk about the penalty? We kind of covered that already at the start of the podcast.
Don't worry about that.
Leave your comments down there. Just tell everyone Ray's right. Tell Gary Ray's right.
Ray, you can come on, Ray. That's
the worst excuse ever, Ray.
I know, Ray. Yeah,
lame.
You're a striker, so you should know that if you put your hands away from your body and swing at the ball, you know what? They're gonna call it.
Yeah, is he a professional football player, Ray?
What I'm saying is
he a professional football player?
Forwards do not know how to tackle, Gary.
That wasn't a tackle.
It's got nothing to do with tackling.
No, the theory is the same thing. Forwards do not know how to tackle. They do not know how to hold their hands or where their hands are going to be in the box.
You know what, Ray? I can completely counter that and just kill that dead, because a forward.
You got 1 minute.
A forward's got to be a lot more aware of how he uses his body, because he's got to be nimble and how he uses his body, skillful, dribbling the ball, moving, everything. He's got to know where his hands are all the time. Being a forward, he knows where his body and his hands are. So I'm sorry, that just doesn't work at all, to be honest.
All right.
Nice try. Nice try, Ray. You get credit for trying.
Let's get to the good stuff. We're 1-0 down. Penalties conceded, and never had any confidence that Bernd Leno was going to save that. It seemed like
I'm gonna, like I said, on my I haven't put it out there, but he hopped. I don't know why he did it, but he hopped.
The goalkeeper hopped.
Yes, as soon as he hopped, the shot was made. He actually read it correctly, but he hopped.
Gary, I remember Ian Wright saying in a documentary that was the best time to actually shoot. It was when the goalkeeper was not set. His feet were off the ground.
You could see if you watch the replay. He hops, the ball kicked. And I think he might have been guessing right, but yeah,
He was
once
never
he
getting there.
it was over.
And you know what? Bernd Leno has been very good for us this season, so that's in no way denigrating.
No.
Penalties,
Like I
penalties.
said, I think I was just being picky. I was just being picky. I mean, you got to blame that on Emil Smith-Rowe. All right.
So Tony has just told us that he hops all the time. So give him a shirt.
You're not getting that. You're not getting that PK either, Tony.
Give him the shirt. Give him the shirt.
I can stop it.
And listen, Tony,
You throw a leg at it.
Tony was clearing snow, right? Tony, you were clearing snow in your driveway
And my wheelchair
in your wheelchair.
and my steep ass driveway. It's like a 35% incline driveway.
Big up to you. Okay, listen, we're 1-0 down, and Tony, we actually kick it up a notch and we get the goal back within 3 minutes. Ball is failed to be cleared, and Aubameyang collects it. He passes the ball to Ceballos. Now, I thought Ceballos was pretty good today. He moved the ball very well, was nimble on his feet. What?
So I thought he was good Sunday too.
Yeah. So, maybe he's playing for that 22 million to be paid for him. You know, the way players up their game when their future is in doubt. Maybe we'll see what happens there. Ceballos plays a really quick ball to Cedric. And Cedric, for playing on the wrong side, his left foot was pretty decent to pass that ball over for Saka.
It doesn't matter which side he is. He's a great crosser of a ball. Arteta mentioned it last year, how good he was at crossing. And Saka
So you're saying,
you go there.
okay, so he's not at fault for the Aston Villa goal either. Sorry, just threw a curveball there.
Wow, Ray, man, you're mean.
I poked you, Gary. I've poked Gary. I've poked
You're just poking
Tony.
the bear all day, man. You haven't got to Sam yet. I don't know if you want to
Sam's next. Ray Anderson, thanks for joining us. The forward hop too. Sam, really good goal by Saka. Got in the box.
Yeah,
it's what we needed at the time, Sam.
It was a well-made goal, and it was one that really couldn't be missed. I mean, it was just, the ball just had to hit him to go in, didn't it? And that's what it did basically. And the goalkeeper was outplayed, and yeah, just a well-worked goal. Well-worked move, and we got the goal. I have to say it was deserved. From the way we was playing. So yeah, overall, decent goal, and unfortunately, we should have had. As you know, we should have had a couple more goals during the game at least,
Yeah.
So, but it's a well-worked goal. And Cedric, as Tony says, and as Arteta said before, he is a good crosser of the ball. That's one of the things he does well. And he has, he's a left back. He's only covering at left back. He's not his natural position, and he's a bit up and down, isn't he? He's had a couple of decent games. He had one good game, a couple of decent games, and a couple of bad games. Right? So he's a bit up and down, but he's not expected to be brilliant, is he? Because he's just covering there.
Your thoughts, Sam, on Ceballos?
I thought he had a decent game today. I thought he had a lot of good passes. Unfortunately, I thought he missed a few passes as well. Lost the ball a bit easy a couple of times. Caught out a couple of times defensively as well. Apart from that, I thought he had a good game. I thought Ceballos had a good game. He was one of our better players today for me, yeah.
Ray Anderson, Gary said, we finally didn't get an offside on the goal. I was so frustrated with the amount of offsides we got. And we actually survived. We survived the Continental VAR decision as well.
Exactly.
The Continental VAR, what is that?
It's a non-FA influenced VAR decision.
It's the UEFA agenda, not the FA agenda, basically.
Oh, so a good one.
Offsides in the first half.
I mean, a good one, right?
Or an actual referee, a set of referees who could interpret the rule properly. Is that too harsh?
Yeah.
Today.
So that goal, Aubameyang didn't come from offsides. Okay, I was just gonna say. Okay.
I think because the ball was cut out by a defender, I think that he wasn't offside because the defender
Oh,
touched
because
it. You're
okay.
talking about the first phase. That's something that always confuses. I don't like is phases in games.
I don't like that either.
No, because when he's coming back, I'm like, because when they went back to replay, it's like if there was an offside, that's the
Possible.
offside I thought they were
Yeah.
looking at.
Yeah. I think because the defender cuts it out, and then Aubameyang actually gets in front of the defender to collect the ball. He then passes it to Ceballos really quickly. Ceballos plays inside the fullback.
Yeah, and that sequence of plays is things that we need to do a lot more because teams will do. They'll do that further up the field, and we need to be able to react as fast as we did on this one, because that's how we can get a counter, right? That's how teams get it on us. As soon as something silly, a ball bounces the wrong way or whatever, and you're able to get it back pretty quickly, and you just go back on the attack. That nobody had to script that out or anything. It was just like as soon as Aubameyang got that ball, bang bang, cross, shot, goal.
But
right?
Also, Gary, we were seeing lots of sequences from the goalkeeper as well. The patterns of play of us playing out from the back was very, very good today. I thought we were good throughout all parts of the field.
Yeah, I mean, do you think they kind of set back because I didn't feel like they were pressing us?
There were certain points where they were picking us up, and Bern Leno had to go a little bit longer in those cases.
Yeah,
but
I mean, every once in a while, like our any of the players in the middle of the field to at least take the ball and turn away from the defense and take it upfield once in a while. I feel like we always seem to hesitate when it comes to that. Nobody wants to get that ball in the middle of the mess and break things down because the opportunities are there once in a while.
As Jonathan said here, football is a cycle. We're hoping Arsenal is on that cycle on the way back as well. Spanish football is dipping. It happens, but it will be 5 years before either of the big clubs are relevant again, which is fine, as the two stars will be in their mid-20s. I think we're talking about Real Madrid, and hopefully it's going to be an Arsenal story. We'll see at least. Hopefully we can make Odegaard feel welcome at the club. Gary?
No, definitely. I mean, like you said, we have our own set of players that if they just, the Milsroof Rowe and Saka, if they, if those two at least continue on their ascension in their careers, will be good, right? If Martinelli's allowed to be, if he's allowed to play and stay with us, that's three right there. I mean,
that's a player that could have come in to give Saka some rest as well. Tony, I want to get to you. You got some amazing stats so far on Bukayo Saka for this season.
It's since last season. At 10 plus since the start of last season, Saka's 19 years, 166 days as youngest Premier League player to have reached double figures for both goals and assists across all competitions.
Has he taken that record away from Martinelli? Because didn't Martinelli have that record last season? So, how do you like that, Sam? Our young players are breaking other young players that are all Arsenal.
Got to give them credit, right? They're playing brilliantly. They've saved our season, and I think it's all credit to our youth setup, our youth academy. That's been very, very, very good the last few years. We've had a lot of big talents come through. I think we can put more trust into our academy, to be honest. And we're talking about spending money on all these big players. I know we're going to have to supplement experienced players with talent. You need that. But, we've got some amazing talent coming through. We've got players like Aziz, who looks really good. He's going to be very close to joining the first team squad. We've got this, Balogun, we know he's good enough. Then we have all the controversy around him. Yeah. We have other players who are coming through, like that Smith, who's already out on loan.
Cottrell, right?
Cottrell. And then we've got that Muller, the Swedish guy, who looks like he could be the next. They're saying all the Swedish coaches were saying he was amazing, saying he's basically the best forward they've had through the youth system in Sweden since Ibrahimovic. So and he's very similar to him as well. And I think he's the next player coming through the system. John Jules is another talented forward. You know, we've got so many, real proper, not just like maybe not. I mean, we're talking real proper talents coming through in midfield and in attack. And it just shows you how good our youth academy's been the last few years. So, I think we need to give a few of these kids a chance to see what they're like, because if we can integrate them into the team together with some more experienced players who are at a high level, we could really create a very special team. Maybe that's what right now. I'm looking at Saka and I'm looking at Smith Rowe, who've come through our youth ranks. I mean, what an incredible story that is, and how good they are. Look how good they are. I mean, wow, it's amazing.
Production line. We want to win. We want to win trophies with these players. We don't want to groom them and have bigger teams come along and snap them up. Even if it's for big fees, we want to win things with Saka, Tierney, and Emile Smith Rowe.
We got to build some stability around them, right?
And get into Europe.
Right now, we've got a lot. I mean, it's going to be a depth problem for a while, but we need to improve the depth and improve the depth.
As long as we improve on each window, and we've just gotten out of a window where we've, don't forget, we moved a lot of players on. Bellerin could have been more decisive in the final third. I think we can say that for most games that Hector Bellerin plays, right?
But
copy and paste.
But and the crazy part is that's the only part of his game. That's the most positive part of his game, is moving upfield, right? Yeah. And that's like he still can't get everything we need. We still can't get. We can't say it's a good thing that he's moving up there. I mean, even when he goes up there, we're not getting it enough, right? Because he's not going back. I mean,
Listen, this is the natural sequence of. I'm going to ask Tony this next. So, Tony, Ray Anderson thinks maybe Ceballos wants to be a starter when Partey comes back, but surely the midfield combination is Partey and X.
You know what? There's no.
Ceballos plays better on defense than Xhaka does.
It's true.
I think that's what hurts him. Which
hurts Ceballos.
Playing defense so much.
Part of being a really good host is to know the pokey points of all panelists, right, Gary? Know who to poke, when to poke, and your turn is coming, Sam. Don't worry.
I'm looking forward to it, Ray. I'm looking forward to it.
I haven't quite found his pressure point.
Say something.
You know what? You know what? He's sitting on the bench. With one leg up.
Yeah. Ray Anderson. Yes, I am right. The host is always right in all things.
I don't think that's what he was talking about.
Yeah, this is to do with the penalty. This is to do with the penalty situation.
He didn't even hear the question. He doesn't know what you're talking about, Ray.
Ray knows.
He wasn't in here.
Ray knows. Listen, so we'll finish out the game, Sam. Not a lot of stuff happens, but essentially, after it's 1-1, the referee. I thought it was funny the way Aubameyang stood in front of the referee. It was like, "You're going to give us the goal, right? You're going to give us the goal." The ref was like, hold on. I think he did it the right way. The ref handled it the right way, but it was funny. I just thought that was funny the way Aubameyang was there.
I think everyone's fed up with this VAR, the way it works. I mean, it's there. It's there. We have to handle it, but I think so many people are fed up with how many times goals get disallowed now.
Right?
I mean,
shut down.
You can't celebrate anymore, right? I mean, you don't celebrate goals the same way anymore. It's like, oh, hang on, let's wait. We've got to wait for VAR. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, okay.
It's going to be when all of the dust is settled, the season's over. It's going to be good to have a podcast about VAR and stuff like that, and review the season in full. Sam, Odegaard's through ball. Yeah, Odegaard plays a perfect vertical through ball for Aubameyang. In almost like a Thierry Henry kind of way, Aubameyang's in. And I felt sure that Aubameyang was going to slot that one away in the far corner.
The Aubameyang of two seasons ago would have done it. He would have just smacked that ball in with his left foot straight beyond the keeper, behind the keeper, no problem. But now it's like no one understands what he's trying to do. It's like he tried to He tried to stop the ball and change directions. Why are you doing that when you're through? Why do you need to stop the ball and change directions?
That was the chance later in the game, but this one was a inside right channel.
Oh, that one, yes. Yes, yeah, right, okay, yeah. No, again, the Aubameyang of 2 seasons ago would have smacked that right inside the inside post, yeah. So
let's say, Sam, they're both half chances. He should have taken one of the two.
Yes,
right,
definitely.
Well,
Definitely.
he had 3 half chances, so
that first one was 90%. Gary,
yeah,
right?
you know, based on his form right now, that's a half chance.
Military Gunner, thanks for joining us, lads. If you have a chance to check out his channel, check it out. Got his YouTube thing going on, and of course Gary right here, DWTT. Check him out as well.
Yeah.
We'll give him a promo a little bit later as well. Stop celebrating wins so heavily. You want a 5-hour show on VAR? Yeah, probably. It takes us long to get the results in. Aubameyang a week earlier did score. We're all good. Okay. Hey, we're doing pretty good. We're keeping up with the comments tonight. Sam, Tierney comes off. Tierney comes on. Cedric comes off. A pretty standard substitution there.
Yeah, I don't think we
give
really needed
Tierney.
I don't think we needed to bring on Tierney, to be honest. I think we could have rested
never
him.
give a ball to him once you
No, I disagree. I think we needed Tierney to have a run out for Sunday.
Fair enough, but we risked, we risked an injury there. But Tierney's worrying me. He's worrying me. I think, there's a potential issue there. If he can't handle more than 5 games in a row without being rested, we have an issue there.
Yeah. Gary, I think Aubameyang and Odegaard are developing an understanding. It's not quite coming off yet, but Odegaard's trying to find Aubameyang with those quick through balls.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the things that I think we've been missing is those players that'll look, they're looking to get the ball forward quickly, because Aubameyang, I mean, he is quick. I don't know if he's fast, right? He makes quick moves.
Yeah.
But he's not pulling away from anybody and stuff like that. I mean, we saw that. So, yeah, no, like I said, I like all the youngsters because their first thought is always forward. Attack with their movement and the ball placement. Right, it's always moving it forward. So that's what we need.
We've also been conditioned to Xhaka play and Xhaka time.
We haven't been conditioned to it. We have had to suffer through that.
Yeah,
right. I think it's a little different. Nobody's conditioned to that. That's no.
Preach on.
Come on. That's
Preach on.
We've been suffering. Like, where are you going with the ball? I'm up here. We can't score back there. Let's go this way.
It's kind of like have you seen The Walking Dead where Daryl was in the prison? They were playing the loud music. That was torture.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Tortured by Xhaka.
I mean, he's getting better at that, but I mean, he needs more support there. Ceballos isn't the same as Partey, right? So,
Sam, I'll go to the last gilt edge chance that Aubameyang had. A great long ball over the top from Gabriel. He does have this in his locker. Gabriel does, from his days at Lille. He does play some good long balls over the top. We're screaming for Aubameyang to take that shot on his left when he has that chance.
That's the one I was talking about a bit earlier. I thought you was talking about that one.
That's why I came back to you.
Yeah, no. First of all, like you say, Gabriel, that pass was amazing, and like you say, we've seen him do it before. He's had a couple of passes like that earlier this season. I'm hoping we're starting to see Gabriel sort of come back to his full normal self now after that COVID period that I think has been lingering with him. I don't think he's been 100%. Until now, I think he started to come back to 100%. Now, he looked a lot better today than in a long time. I think Gabriel, very, very strong. That ball was great, lovely ball, beautiful weight on the ball, easy for Aubameyang to just take it with him. And again, what he did, I just don't know what he was thinking. I mean, instead of the ball comes lovely over to his left foot, all he had to do was use his left foot to slide it in, or try and maybe put some power on it, to get the ball past the goalkeeper. It was all set up for his left foot, and then all of a sudden he takes a touch like he wants to change direction and come inside and change over to his right foot. And it's just completely unnecessary, and it just killed the whole movement. It brought the defender back in to tackle him. It was a ridiculous decision to do that. Why he didn't just finish the ball, I just don't know. And that's one of the things now with Aubameyang. I'm just struggling to figure out what's going on upside in that brain. I mean,
there's something there, right, Sam? Because you missed that gilt-edged chance after 18 minutes in the first half. You have a second one in the inside right channel, and now you have a third chance. You should take that shot on the left foot.
Yeah, no, it was there for him, and I think Aubameyang 2 years ago would have just whacked it in with his left foot.
Yeah, and right now we don't have anybody who's actually going to get on the end of those passes, right? I mean, who on our team that is going to make those movements and actually get on those balls? I don't know if we have anybody else.
He is the tip of the arrow, as I like to say. Tony, anything into what Jonathan's saying here? Celtic, in order to get Tierney on the pitch, injected him with painkillers all the time. I do wonder if it's done lasting damage to him.
I think it's more just same old muscular injuries that just keep on nagging him. He hasn't had a good rest. I think we overused him last season. I think we've been playing too much this year with him being hurt.
As Brownie said, it's a shame, but needs to be managed correctly. You can only do that with extra cover. And we are asking a lot of Tierney this season, Sam.
Yeah, I was like I was saying, we need to. I think we're going to have to manage him a lot better, and we're going to need proper left back to bring in to cover for him, because I think we're going to be seeing, if this is something that continues with Tierney, where he has to rest basically after 5 games or so.
Yeah.
You have to rest him for a couple of games. We're going to need someone who's pretty decent, who can step in, who essentially is going to be stepping in quite a lot through the season, aren't they?
Yeah, it does seem like he's going to leave a lot of gaps in the calendar for whatever cover we're going to need. Ray Anderson said here, why did Albert try to go on his right foot? He scored with his left foot against Newcastle. And I like this comment, Ray. Our arrow was dull today.
It was a dull arrow, yeah.
Is Albert just overthinking on his chances because he's desperate to get back to his old self, but age is not on his side? I don't know what's happening. I mean, I would think you take that shot on your left. If you missed the other 2 chances, you take the opportunity. Gary, the game kind of peters out then. Martinelli comes on for Emile Smith-Rowe. Aubameyang goes off and Pepe comes on. So we're giving 2 wingers who have been not in the playing staff too much some minutes here, Martinelli and Pepe. And then, Ceballos for El Neni. And, of course, I missed this one, but I did notice Willian on the field at the end. Odegaard for Willian. I'm, of course, thinking, why not save some minutes on Saka's legs that we're going to need him, more importantly, than having Willian on the field. Even if Willian came on for Saka, I'd be okay with that for 10 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, to me, that would mean Saka's not going to play, right? Which I find I would be surprised if he doesn't play, but I feel like he should be sitting. That should be the plan. He should get to rest because.
And we're getting very close to previewing the City game as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I don't believe he'll get beat up like he did in the past games. I don't feel like that's the style of play that Man City does, where they're going to kind of put him on the ground a lot. At least that's what I feel. I might be wrong, but
I think Saka's going to be targeted no matter what team.
Well, I mean, there's strategic targeting like what we saw in the Villa game. I don't think Man City's like that at all.
They used to be with what was the guy in the midfield? He was always doing Fernandinho. Go ahead, Gary.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say I don't think that it's going to be that style of game, but I just think he's going to be just worn down. That's the thing. And if we need him at 100% or near it, we need him for Benfica away or home, wherever it is. So. I guess the one thing, you You bring you see Martinelli come on, and he's going at 100%, and the rest of the team is still is dead at like 50%. It seems like, and so he needs to be out there with players, I think, that at least are at the same energy level as him, or else he just looks like he's out of place. Like he looked out of place. I mean, if you notice, he was up. There's a big gap between him and the rest of the players. Oh, who did we lose there? Oh boy.
Let's go to this format here. Sam likes this format.
Yeah. So I'm holding you guys up.
Tony's back.
All right.
You're the foundation, Gary. You're the foundation of the channel.
I mean, Martinelli coming in, he looked. I mean, he needs to get a run out, but I mean, I would like to see him actually get to play with some of the starters.
Yep, Brownie. We're going to get into the City preview very soon. We just want to finish off the Europa League here. Jonathan, thanks for calling out Tierney interview. I may have seen it already, but I'm going to check it out. YouTube Open Gold channel. I wonder if this one where he's talking about he could have been like a roofer. Tierney could have been a roofer, but so that's why I think he feels privileged every day to be able to play, and he understands the privilege that he has of playing for a big club in England. Maybe Saka will get a rest, so we're going to get into the City game very soon. Okay, other teams that did quite well in the last 16. I hate to say, the Spuds did quite well. It looks like they're going to go through. United as well. Olympiacos have a 2-goal lead. Roma. Granada upset Napoli tonight. So Napoli are going to have a tough time getting through. And Unai Emery with Villarreal is probably going to progress. They've got a 2-goal lead as well. There's a lot of other teams in there, but we got to take care of our own business, Sam. And next week we have the away goal rule technically in our back pocket. We've got the away goal. We got to Greece for the second leg.
Yeah, we're gonna go away to play at home. Yeah, no. We've got to be at our best. Of course, we've got to be at our best again to be able to beat them. Because today wasn't good enough. We're gonna have to do better than today. We have to put our chances away. I think we can. I think if we dig a little bit deeper and we actually put a couple of our chances away next week, I think we'll do it. But it's just performances like today that just make it more difficult on ourselves. We put more pressure on ourselves now to do that now. We have to go and do it. Maybe we should have had a 2 or 3 goal advantage already.
And Brownie wants to tell us he's always said about Granada because they are dangerous. Is that Grenada or Granada? Grenadiers are very dangerous. You shouldn't play with them at all.
Grenades.
They go
Gary, my banner says down below, missed chances leaves the tie on edge. And it's perfectly poised right now.
Yep. This is that is basically the reason why we're in this situation. I mean, I don't think a 1 goal away advantage is actually an advantage in this, and at least in the format that we're playing.
The away goal.
Everybody else is getting a lot of other teams are getting actual home games, but we're not. So I think that to me is just another goal. I mean, Benfica has nothing. They're going to come out, right? They need to come out and get a score. So that's going to have to be in the back of our minds that they may come out fast and do that, or they may sit back and wait for us to be a little, to lose our discipline in our style. So that's what happened today, right? We lost some of our discipline today, and we paid for it.
Yeah, we'll dig into the second leg on Sunday after the City game in a lot more detail. But yeah, we could have done better. Hopefully, we don't rue those missed chances tonight. Ray Anderson, Portugal is closer. Is Portugal closer to Greece than England? Equidistance. Did you just check it out? Yeah.
I don't think there's much in it, to be honest.
No, there's not much in it at all. Tony, final thoughts on the game? and how it leaves us for next.
Chances we should have locked up the tie, should have won 3-1, 4-1, but we didn't.
Yep.
So now we have to go to Greece and
Now we have to go to
draw or
Greece.
win.
But before that, we have to go to Manchester City. Sam, how should we approach the City game now?
I think we should
Hey,
approach
you
it with
skipped the
one.
Don Juan.
Oh, he's right, Sam. He's right.
Okay,
I'm-
let's go with the
Hold
Don
that
Juan then.
thought. Hold that thought.
Right, man. You're slipping, man. You're sliding there.
I was
You're
trying
too
like.
busy. You're too busy poking us to
I was
forget
trying-
about what your role is.
He's poking the
one's
bear and
easy.
dropped a grenade.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give our nominees, and then Tony's gonna tell us we're all wrong, right? So, Sam, this one's easy. Saka, right?
Yeah, I went for Ødegaard. I think Ødegaard's
He went for his countryman.
Ødegaard's the best player today.
Better than Saka.
Yes.
All right, my vote goes to Saka. Gary.
Yeah, well, I didn't even. You know what? It's funny. I was so disappointed in this game. I didn't really think about it because I felt like, man. No, yeah, I think
Tony's,
I do like.
Tony's
I
gonna-
do like. I think I'll take. I'm going to jump on the Erdiger
Rudiger.
bandwagon and say, yeah. I mean, I like what I see from him, and Saka. Yeah, nah. I gave it to Saka last week, and everybody like jumped on me because it was a Aubameyang because he got a hat trick, and then he comes in this week and does nothing. So he didn't earn it. He didn't earn it last game, and he definitely made sure he's not going to get the next one, even with a hat trick.
Hey, I wasn't here Sunday to give a
Hey,
Don
Gary, you sound a bit bitter, Gary, about
Juan. I would have
well,
gave it to
last
Saka,
Sunday.
Gary.
Well, you know, we gave him the hat trick. He got a hat trick, so he gets man of the match, and then he does this for us.
I would have
No,
gave
yeah,
it
I'm
to
disappointed.
Saka. I wasn't here Sunday.
I gave it to Saka. Everybody else was like, yeah, you got to give it to the guy with the 3 goals. I'm like,
Nope.
guy with the 3 goals wouldn't have got the 3 goals if it wasn't for Saka.
Guess what? When 3 people say that it was handball in the box and he shouldn't have done it, I have to abide by that, the 3-1 vote. You know what I mean?
But I'm Gary. I don't want to do that.
I'm Gary. I'm taking my ball home
Exactly.
with me.
I'm taking. I don't want to play with you guys anymore.
All right, so Gary, who did you go for then?
I went with Erdiger.
Erdegaard. I'll take. Okay, 2-1. Tony, you get the casting vote.
You're going to lose 3-1 again. I'm not giving the fellow reindeer herder with Sam up there.
Wow, I am. I
Just
hate
by a
you
hair,
guys.
though. I think it was close.
I hate you guys. I'm the one that's getting beat up tonight.
I think they both gave 8 performances, but I think Ødegaard was just a hair better.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
My reindeer nose.
I will abide by the 3-1.
He won by a reindeer nose.
Saka was good, but Ødegaard was much more instrumental in my opinion. He much more key passes, and yeah.
Very good. Ceballos was man of the match for Ray Anderson, and he was lively today. Ceballos was.
He had a good game.
Ray Anderson. Saka was man of the match for me on Sunday. I agree with you, Gary. There you go. Nice one, right? Okay, so Sam, before I was so rudely interrupted by having to do the Don Juan.
Davy Crockett, gotcha. He gotcha.
David
No,
Crockett got me.
David Kroenke. Oh, that's another guy. Yeah, Man City's going to be interesting to see because now he might be in the position where Europa League has to be our number 1 priority. It has to be.
Yep.
Not just for the fact that winning it gives us, a very unlikely backdoor entrance into the Champions League, where we want to be the holy grail of the holy grails, but it's also our last chance of silverware, and it means something. So that being said, and it has to be our number 1 priority. Now with the result today, where we're not up by a couple of goals, things aren't looking very easy. I can see us maybe resting some players against City. Because City, if we get a point against City, right, where's it going to get us? It's not really going to get us that far up the table. Realistically, are we going to beat Manchester City? Really? The chances are so slim. We got to look at the, where we should be putting our eggs, right? And at the moment we should be, after today, where we have to basically
They said
for that.
7 eggs.
Basically, after today, we have to put our legs in the. Sorry, I said legs, Tony.
Oh
I didn't mean
no!
that. Our eggs. Our eggs.
Hey, I'm going to continue the thing.
I don't know what kind of show.
Our eggs in the Europa League basket.
You want me to go get my leg?
No.
You said legs, and then you did this, and I'm like, Sam.
Eggs.
It's a Freudian slip. Sorry. Anyway, so now because of today, we have to prioritise the Europa League again, and we're probably going to rest some players on Sunday because listen, Man City. We have to look realistically at that game, and that game is not a game we're looking at, winning, right? So it's damage limitation, really, isn't it? That's what it is. I mean, of course, we can have an amazing day, maybe, and a counter attack like we did in the FA Cup, and all of a sudden we might pull off a 1-0 or a 2-1 or something amazing might happen. Yeah, great. But they're in fantastic form, and they won 6-7 games in a row. They've beaten good teams. They've got Gundogan, they've got De Bruyne. Come on, let's just be realistic here. Rest a couple of players we need to rest. There it is. Put that in the Europa League basket, Tony. And then and then that's it. We just have to call it what it is. Call it what it is. It's a game we're not going to win. And just do our best, and then on next Thursday we have to go hard, with our players who hopefully are a bit more rested, and win and go through.
I don't know. I'm gonna mark the time here. You said it's a game we're not gonna win. It's possible we can win. City have won 17 games in a row now.
Yeah, that's in all competitions, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a great believer of law of averages. I think that we should go for this game. I think that we should test ourselves against City and see exactly
again, Ray, what about the Europa League?
The Europa League is 4 days later.
What? Yeah, but it's fatigue. We're talking about fatigue still, right?
Yeah, and that's why I'm disappointed that Saka played 90 minutes tonight. I thought we could have rested
right. So we're
him.
going to have to rest. We're going to have to rest. We should rest him against City, right? We should.
I actually thought I was actually talking to you guys about possibly starting William tonight. Because we need to maybe rest. But now, as I started the theme of eggs in the basket, Gary, and with a dozen and same old Arsenal, I mentioned the old egg system, and I think it has to be 7 eggs in the Europa League basket and 5 in the league.
Ryan said 12.
I don't know where you're going with these eggs and whatnot, but Willian shouldn't
What
be.
about legs?
We have more than enough. Look
What
at that. We
about
got
legs?
the leg. How many legs in the basket? Oh my gosh.
All right. Anyway, is this a bonus game, Gary?
No, I mean, like I tell you all the time, we have an opportunity to win every game, right? And I think we do have enough, at least in our front four, that we can rotate, right? I think we have enough players. I mean, I think we know. I mean, as Sam said, we need players to get some rest. So to me, at the least, that should be Emil Smith-Rowe and Saka, at the least. Maybe Aubameyang gets a rest as well, coming off the bench or whatever. But I think we've got at least 2 spots that open. And Pepe,
fix your echo. Would you just getting a bit of echo there?
Uh-oh.
It was going an hour and a half pretty well.
Okay, I don't know.
And does anyone know when the Arsenal players are going to come back? I would imagine they fly back tonight.
I thought.
Tonight, I imagine.
Yeah. I've heard like maybe they get up in the. Is it still echoing?
That's
I don't
better.
know what happened there.
That's better.
No, I've heard that maybe they might get up in the morning and take off to at least get a decent sleep before they go. So yeah, no, you brought up William. I don't know why. I don't think there's a spot for him. I don't know why we keep putting him on the field.
Appearance bonus.
So then he can come in for
absolutely.
spot duty when if Sam said the game's over and it's 2-0, Man City bring him on for the last 30 minutes and rest whoever might play on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
But I think like our front four, we can rotate that without having to at least take a step back there. I mean, I saw somebody had a lineup up that it looked interesting. If Tierney is back, do we play him? And if we are going to play him, right, then Cedric gets to play, right?
Yeah.
And,
I don't think Cedric plays. I think Bellerin plays. I've got my team laid out here. I would not go with Rob Holding. I would go with David Luiz again. And
I think you're playing with. I think you're playing with fire there.
Just don't think.
I think you're playing with fire there. We can't go back to that well over and over again. No, we can't go back.
I just Rob Holding is the kind of defender who likes to be up against a striker and play close to him. I just think City would play around Rob Holding too easily.
I'm
wondering why he's keeping Maria out of the side again. I mean,
exactly.
It can't be because he's got a left foot. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it is because he's got a left foot.
We played with two right-footed defenders before. I mean, it makes no sense.
And you know what? Like you just said, I mean, if Holding has an issue, Luiz he shouldn't play 3 games in a row. No, I mean, we can't. He can't. That's not why we brought him. Him and William weren't brought here to play 3 games in a row. That's what was always on my mind when I said we brought these players in. We're not expecting them to have to do that, and they don't need to. Maurice should be healthy enough. Holding should be healthy enough. Gabriel is ready to go. Pick 2 of the 3, play them, right?
Yeah.
And if we play more of a defensive style, it won't matter that we have 2 left footers out there. Right, we're not trying to go out there and attack anyways, are we? I don't believe so. Because we're gonna get punished because we know they're gonna be on the ball a lot. It's gonna be more counter-attacking, right?
Yeah,
they're gonna hold like 60% of the ball.
Yep.
We're gonna have to just smack them in the mouth when they give us an opportunity. So there's no reason for us to have to worry about getting the ball out under their pressure. I don't think so. I mean, I think that's nah. Play 2 of your best 3 center backs, right? Luiz needs to rest. Milsrud needs to rest, and Saka needs to rest at the least.
I agree with you. I think we'll probably do a pre-game show for that as well before the game and obviously post-game. Ceballos and Xhaka in midfield for me. I think Partey will be too short to come back. What do you think?
Yeah, Partey. I don't think that's too soon for me.
Anyone else want to jump in?
I don't think we'll see him.
And I've got a front 4 of Odegaard, Emile Smith-Rowe again, Saka again, but with Lacazette this time.
No, they need to rest. You're talking about Benfica is our most important game. You can't play them again. I mean, Smith-Rowe got pulled out today. No. They need to get a rest. When are they going to get a rest? Because once you finish with Benfica,
I wanted them to rest today.
Yeah, huh?
I wanted them to get some rest today, but the substitutions.
Well, if they can rest today, then why can't they rest on Sunday?
What would you go with, Gary?
I would go with Lacazette up front.
Yeah.
Pepe and Martinelli would be my wings, and then Odegaard would play my my middle 10 or whatever. Yeah, that's what I would go with.
I agree with Lacazette, but I just think those other 2 players, Martinelli. Did you go Martinelli and Pepe?
Yeah. I
just think they're too short on fitness, and there's too much variable there.
Too short on fitness. What do you mean?
Well, Pepe hasn't played in a couple of weeks.
Well, that's what we do to our players. We put them in situations where they
for a couple of weeks either.
I mean, exactly. You got to have to play them at some point. This is probably the best game to plan because this is the one that we have. Let's say this is the one that has the biggest margin of of our chances of winning. I mean, it's going to be really tough. We have to
Tough.
have our perfect
It's going
game,
to
and
be tough.
we don't want to
Yeah.
have our perfect game on Sunday. We want to have our perfect game on Thursday. In this stretch of games, right?
Yeah.
Because we want to go into the Leicester game feeling good about that than we do about this one. This isn't, this is not the game. Like we want to be able to come off a big win in against Benfica and go into the Leicester City game feeling good about ourselves, then to kill ourselves in the Man City game, and then maybe collapse in Benfica and then go into Leicester City on a bad streak.
Ray Anderson agrees with you. Front four of Odegaard, Pepe, Martinelli, Laka. And Alonso's here as well. You can campaign to rest some players while at the same time running other players into the ground. Pepe, Laka, Aubameyang. Yeah, this is the one that no one expects us to win. Maybe prosthetic sponsor. Alonso.
Hey guys.
How are you, Alonso?
I'm all right. Just hanging in there.
Hanging in there. So listen, I did announce at the beginning of the podcast that we wanted to talk to you, and you have some news. Not the greatest news, but let us know what's going on with you.
Yeah. So on Tuesday night, I get a phone call from a local fire department. My friend, who was at a fire call, and it happened to be my apartment that caught on fire. And yeah, so my
We told you to
apartment.
fix that fan on your computer.
Yeah, God, Tony. So my apartment caused it to have some damage, some light smoke damage, and everything is kind of ruined, I guess, with the smell and all that stuff. So yeah, it's kind of a letdown because this
Terrible.
year has been really bad, and this ever since I had COVID, seems like everything's gone to crap. But I have faith that things will get better. So yeah, it's
Yeah, I want
unfortunate.
to shout out you and Tony. We're trying to get awareness for you and Tony. You both got GoFundMe pages right now. I will be putting a link in the description. But Tony's positive attitude about what's happened to him, and Alonso, you're just taking everything in stride as well, and looking at the bright side of everything. Like everyone's health is the most important thing. So, got to give both of you a huge amount of credit.
We're still alive and
We're
trying to kick.
Yeah, I think that Tony inspires all of us. I think that his situation, looking down on it, it's kind of inspired all of us in a way that we could overcome some things if we have a positive mindset. And we can sit here and say it is what it is, but it's more than that. I think that we all keep each other going, and I think that's what matters here at Arsenal Family Circle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, well said.
Tony's clearing driveways, on a wheelchair. So,
steep ass driveway. Not just a normal driveway.
But yeah, Alonso, terrible news. Waking up at 1:30 in the morning, your apartment complex caught fire, and you're actually staying with your mom at a friend of your mom's now, right?
Yeah. So we're safe now. It's just having to go from home to home. It's kind of homeless, but we're all right. We'll be fine. Just having faith and belief that this is hopefully as tough as it gets. And we'll be fine.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd be able to, by hook or crook, join us tonight, and here you are. So let's get into. So with all that being said, I'm going to leave the links, as I said, here on the banner. Links to both you and Tony for GoFundMe pages. Everyone, we have a small group here, but a dedicated group on the channel. So everyone who watches this, the best thing you can do is spread the word. Share these links on your social media. Please, please do that. If you have the price of a coffee or something to add to their GoFundMe pages, please do that. It'd be really, really appreciated. And we go from there. We will be sort of highlighting both Alonso and Tony's GoFundMe pages as we go on, and we're going to try and hit both of your marks here.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate the help.
Yeah, no problem at all. We'll take it from there. Brownie said hello, and
Hey, Brownie.
Ray Anderson's here. Sorry, Alonso. Well said, right. I did something right tonight. Tony is always laughing. They've been ganging up on me tonight, Alonso. I've been beaten twice. I've been voted down 3-1.
Tell him why. Mention the handball.
I shall not. I will not.
Mention the handball.
Guys, okay. This is Brownie here. Okay.
That's Brownie. Brownie's here.
But as Alonso knows, the chat is also its own entity at times, So please check out Alonso and Tony's GoFundMe page. All right. I don't know, Alonso, if you had an opportunity to pick your upset, but we'll come around to you last, so you have some time. We're going to get through these ones pretty quickly. Start off with Sam. Actually, tomorrow at 3 p.m. here, it's going to be Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Leeds United in the Premier League.
Yeah, and that's a tough game to predict because they're both. I mean, Leeds are so kamikaze. Wolves, they can have a good game. They've got decent players. I'm thinking
Wolves.
more of
Ever since we let Wolves beat us, they've come back and played quite well.
Yeah. I'm thinking Wolves win that game. That's what I think. But it's going to be a narrow victory.
I agree with you. I think Wolves will win. It will be a close game. It's kind of scary, Gary, how many goals Leeds can score, but
That's
also scary
a bit too leaky at the back, aren't they?
how much they can concede as well.
Oh, definitely. You never know what you're gonna get. And like I said, when we were playing them, I was hoping to get the open door policy Leads who lets you in, and we got that in the first half. So, the one thing about Wolves, though, I think is that they are really scrappy, in which I think the Leeds can be as well. So if it gets to be that type of a game where they're both scrappy, it falls. That's an advantage for the Wolves, I think. So, and they'll take advantage of that. So I think Leeds is going to have to let it all out and just try to, attack as much as they can. Because I think if they slow it down, they're going to.
I think it will be an entertaining game. Are you going for Leeds, Gary?
No, I think Wolves. Wolverhampton
okay.
will win that
Tony?
one.
I'm not sure if that'll be a draw or a narrow Wolves win, one or other.
Wolves win, possibly. Alonso, what do you think?
I like Wolves to win this one. I think it'll be a close game. I think that it will be an offensive game. And I think that does anybody know if Raul Jimenez is going to play?
He hasn't been playing in recent games. I would say not.
Okay, so I think that Wolves have enough firepower, just enough. And I think it'll be a 3-2 to the Wolves.
3-2 to Wolves. Okay, very good. The next game on Saturday is Southampton at home to Chelsea.
Yes, so this is going to be my choice for an upset. I think Southampton will get at least a point in this game. Just because I think it's about time something happens for Southampton. I know Tuchel, the new Chelsea manager, has started well. They're Chelsea are in form. but they have, Southampton are not an easy team to beat. I think now Southampton have lost like 5 or 6 games in a row now.
Yeah,
I think,
they are pretty easy to beat right now.
But that's the thing. That has to change. That has to change. This Hassan Hutul, who is a good manager, good coach. I think it has to change for Southampton. They're going to have to pick themselves up and make it difficult for Chelsea. And Tuchel might have his first difficult game on his hands. And out of all the games, that was the only one I could see who could really be a big upset. That I want to pick so I can maybe get some points out of it. Basically, that's what I'm going for.
Yep, Gary.
Yeah, I mean, there's only really 2 big upsets going on this weekend in terms of teams playing with a big gap between the 2 of them. So one is ours, and the other one is this one. So yeah, this is going to be my upset as well. I think I think they're going to get a point at least out of this. Chelsea needs to, they need to come back to reality a little bit. I mean, this is the Premier League, right? It's not all games aren't easy.
Nah.
So Sam and Gary have gone for Southampton beating or drawing against Chelsea. Tony?
I wouldn't be surprised by a draw, but I think Chelsea will win.
Okay, so this is not your upset pick, right?
Nope.
And Alonso?
I think it'll be a draw. I think it'll be a close game, and I think that it's going to be a draw. I think Southampton is going to find a way to get an equalizer in the final minutes. I think.
Yeah, and it's not your upset, is it?
No.
Okay. Hand on heart, I wanted to start the sequence with Sam and for me to be last because I was actually thinking about picking Southampton. But I've got to play strategically. You can see from the score here on the bottom.
Wow. I haven't picked up points for a while.
Yeah. Gary's 29 points, and I was actually going to pick that, but I'm probably going to flip to my second choice now just to be strategic about it. Do you think that's fair? So anyway, I agree with what you said, Sam. Southampton are a good team. Their last win was actually against Liverpool, and we were all raving about that. Hassan Hutel beating Liverpool. Since then, it's been proved not to be a groundbreaking result, right? I mean, but Southampton are a good team. They've lost 6, and I don't think they're going to lose a 7th. So I would agree with what you and Gary are doing, but strategically, I have to go away from Gary and do something a little bit different.
So either I pull away from you,
Yeah,
or you get just a little bit closer to me. That's it.
yeah,
So.
yeah.
I already pulled away.
Yeah. So that's what's got to happen. So you probably know then what the other one I'm going to go for, but we'll get to that towards the end, actually.
Yep.
It's Newcastle.
Yes, Newcastle. Yeah. Joe Willock, please. Joe Willock. Okay. Damn Squib game, Gary. Burnley, West Brom.
Oh, he gets West Brom again. Oh no, sorry, it was. I thought he was going for Alonso.
Oh no, Alonso! Please don't say Kieran Gibbs.
He's coming to the States. He can't say it anymore.
And Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Hey, he can do that. Gary, you can start off though.
Yeah, I mean between those 2 teams, only had 1 win in their last 5 games. So, and that's only Burnley. So I think Burnley's gonna continue and get another win. So yeah, you're with Burnley.
Gary, so many points ahead. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Anyone
6
else
points
want to...
isn't much. Tony hasn't picked his upset pick yet. So
yeah, and he's
5.5.
He's picked something different to you, Alonso. So let's hear your West Brom prediction then.
So check this out. So Kieran Gibbs is going to catch a red flight to West Brom, wherever they play at, and he's going to give an assist to Maitland-Niles 1-0 to West Brom.
He did. He went for Kieran Gibbs again. Okay.
Low hanging fruit.
All right. Sam, Liverpool fans have been waiting for this game. Liverpool Everton.
Hey, you skipped me, asshole.
He's awake.
Tony.
Tony is awake.
Go ahead, Tony.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Apparently
Burnley,
you.
West Brom, yeah, it's a pretty poor game. Yeah.
Wow.
Burnley, West Brom. Tony. All right,
Tony.
can I
Okay,
go
you
to Sam
can,
now?
you can carry on now.
Oh,
You
you can carry on.
You just
now.
wanted
Okay,
you just
right.
wanted to curse at him. That's all, right?
Very well,
By the way-
Sensei. Very well, Sensei. Very well.
By the way, Tony always gives me crap for supposedly ignoring him or passing him over on podcasts. So I don't know how that happens at all. Not premeditated at all.
He's gonna get his leg, and yeah, don't let him get his leg
Yeah.
out.
Get your leg in. Get your foot in. Okay, Sam, Liverpool, Everton. Liverpool fans have been looking forward to this. Hey,
It's a hard. This is a hard one to predict because Liverpool are terrible at the moment. Everton are not playing well. Everton have, been struggling as well. They're two struggling teams, which you wouldn't think of it a few weeks ago. When you're looking forward to this fixture a few weeks ago, when both teams were flying quite high, wow, it's turned around, hasn't it, for both teams?
Does it depend on DCL if he's going to play?
I don't think he's play. He might not be playing. I think he's got a hamstring problem, hasn't he? So it's a tough game, because Liverpool is struggling, really struggling at the moment. Both in terms of the way they play, the defense with the injuries. I can't see Liverpool winning. That's the thing. I can't. If Everton show up and actually put in 110%, I just can't see Liverpool winning. So I'm saying a draw here. That's what I'm thinking. A draw.
Yeah. Gary.
Yeah, I've been trying to get you that win, Ray. So they're not going to win Everton. So that's at least so you don't have to worry about two extra points going their way. But yeah, I think it's going to be. I think Liverpool might. Yeah, Liverpool's home, so maybe that will have a little bit of incentive for them. So I could see a draw. So we don't need them getting any wins, right? We need to catch them.
Yeah, and what did I tell you about those extra games for Everton? You don't have to count the points.
Well, yeah, if they win, then yeah, you that's why you count them.
Tony, I will not forget about you.
A draw would suit us, but I think Everton pulls it off by a goal.
I actually think Liverpool will win this one. I agree with Gary on this one. Alonso?
Yeah, so I think it'll be 2-1 to Liverpool. I think that their front four are just they could be great at times, and I think that this is a derby game for them. So I think I give it to 2-1 to Liverpool.
And this will be a game where Allison does not have a howler. I'm very confident of that. Right?
He's had one for like 3 games in a row now, hasn't he? So he's had errors for like three.
At least 2 that I know of, right?
Yeah, I mean, 3 games in a row, he's had some bad errors. So
Wow.
he's not in good form, is he?
Brownie's predicting the first win.
Yeah, because Liverpool are that poor at the moment. They really are. So it could happen, but we'll see.
We're going to have Liverpool in the next few weeks as well coming up. Sam, your second team, Fulham versus Sheffield United.
Yeah.
Fulham, this is a key game for Fulham, right? They could get out of the bottom 3.
And they did quite well their last game as well. Sheffield United they're just really in a slump, aren't they? I'm thinking Fulham's going to win this game. Yeah, I think Fulham will win.
Yeah, and they'll get closer, Gary, to Newcastle. 6 points between Fulham and Newcastle. Do you think Fulham can possibly lift themselves out of the drop zone, Gary?
I mean, I think they could. I just feel like it's really tough for them to get. Their form isn't.
6
I
points.
mean, 6 points is a lot, but I feel like with Sheffield United. This is the best. This is their best opportunity to get anything out of a game, right? So you can see Sheffield United coming really strong. So I'm actually gonna say a draw here. I don't think. I think they gotta. Yeah. I mean, I think Fulham's been playing well, but I think, if you look at, I'm gonna go draw.
Tony, a draw will tie them for the most amount of draws this season, along with Brighton. We actually think Brighton might break the record this season for the most draws in the Premier League, which stands at 17, right, Tony?
Yep, 17 with 38 teams and
Arsenal,
18 with 42 teams.
We got so close to it last year with 14 draws.
We should have had it.
That was the one big disappointment about Arsenal last season is the amount of draws we missed to get that record. Right? We should have had it. What do you think? Will Fulham beat Sheffield United?
Nope. It's a draw.
A draw. That's right. You went for a draw.
It's a battle for a draw record, Ray.
Hey, I got to pull all the levers back here, so be careful with me. Be nice. Alonso, what do you think?
I think Sheffield United will pull off the upset. I'm going to be 2-0 to the Pirates or Blades.
To the Cottagers. The Blades. 2-0 to the Blades. Okay. All right. The next one, Sam. I actually think Fulham will beat Sheffield United. Sam, West Ham versus the Scum. West Ham been going really, really well.
West Ham are the surprise team of the season for me. The so-called overachieving team for me this season. Them and Aston Villa, between them two. I can see West Ham winning this game. I can see them beating the shit. They're going to beat the shit and they're going to win.
Beat the shit out of the Spuds.
Beat the shit out of the shit.
Beat the shit out of the Spuds. Smash them Spuds.
Yeah, at the toilet bowl. No, it's not at the toilet bowl, is it? It's at the London Stadium. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm down with that. I like the idea of West Ham. I'm looking forward to having Charlie back on as well. I enjoyed talking to him at the beginning of the season. Gary?
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to want to talk to him when we play them.
Remember what he said. Remember, we should be where West Ham are now, and they should be where we are.
Well, I think we all said we got lucky to get the win. I think we all said it.
We did.
We were happy to take the win, but we were like, that was close.
What was amazing was that I remember so well that game. West Ham played so well. They took us all by surprise how well they played. Yep. And everyone thought, even the West Ham fans thought, oh, that's going to be like our best game of the season. We're just going to go back to being shit.
Needless to say, they can score 3 goals in 8 minutes or something like that later on.
They kept on playing like that the rest of the season. It's amazing,
3-3. Well, I love that one. Lanzini, remember that goal? Lanzini. And Gary, that was James Fernandez who was on earlier. He was the Tottenham fan.
Okay.
He was having a miserable day. Remember we were laughing. He was having a miserable day.
Yeah, I guess the problem with West Ham winning is that makes it really difficult for us to get anywhere close to the top 6, right?
Wow.
But I can't have the chickens winning.
Yeah. The cockerel.
Whatever that thing is.
The cock on a beach ball. That's what it is.
Cockerel on the beach ball.
So I guess they're gonna have to lose. They have 4 losses right now. They gotta maintain that four losses in their streak of 5. So a loss to the that team.
To the Scum. We might actually
losses for Gary.
Gary, you know why it's so important to beat City? We could flip flop with Tottenham this weekend.
See, that's why we gotta try to get some points, right?
Yeah, put our best team out there, Sam, on Sunday.
I want the Europa League, Ray. I
agree.
Europa League.
I agree with you. I'm just poking you.
Yeah, I know. You want I'm next to you now, so you can poke me.
I found the pressure point. Tony, West Ham versus Tottenham.
I'd like a draw, but I think Tottenham drops 5 of their last 6.
Nice. And Mourinho is moaning a little bit more. Lonzo, you still there?
He predicted a win for West Ham.
All right.
He's gone to drain the lizard.
Yeah. We're here longer than him. Sam, Aston Villa versus Leicester. This is going to be a
tough game.
It's going to be a good game.
It's a tough game. Both good teams in good form. You know what? I think.
You did say West Ham.
It's so hard to predict this one because there's both good teams. Leicester are slightly stronger. I think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be a pretty evenly matched game, to be honest.
Leicester drew 0-0 tonight with Slavia Prague as well. So
we don't know what kind of team they fielded, but yeah.
I'm feeling they are sort of resting Vardy now. He's getting older.
Yeah, I don't think he played. I don't remember.
He may not have played.
Because they want top 4 now. They want top 4 in the Premier League. Yeah.
Gary, Aston Villa versus Leicester. Martinez versus Leicester's forwards.
Yeah, no, I don't want either of them to win. I mean, even if we surprise City, we're still going to be behind them on goal difference. So can only jump one spot. I'm going to say a draw. Yeah. I don't want anything good for either one of them.
Tony?
I want to draw, but I think Leicester wins.
Right. Yeah, Leicester are that team. I've been saying this the last couple of times we played them. They are a bunch of really, really good old professional players that know how to squeeze the life out of a game if they're losing. And we should have gotten over the line, especially the one with Nketiah, where we were ahead in that game. That was a tough one to take. Alonso?
Hey, Ray, who's Leicester playing? Sorry.
Aston Villa, Leicester. It's a tough one.
Could this be an upset special?
You can get 5 points, yeah.
This would be my upset special.
Okay.
I think Aston Villa would win 2-1.
Aston Villa to beat Leicester. All right, cool. Next one, we'll skip Arsenal City. We'll come back on that one. And Manchester United, Newcastle. So for tactical
that one doesn't
reasons,
count, so just skip over it.
For tactical reasons, I'm picking it. Why doesn't it count? Because Gary's on 29 points and Ray's on 8.5 points. Ray needs a win, and I need Newcastle to step up against United. It's not impossible that United could be screeching to a halt here. They did drop points against West Brom in the last game. So, not impossible. I'll take it. That's going to be my upset of the weekend. Sam?
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from there. The only thing is, Newcastle, even though they're a little bit better lately with the new assistant manager, they're just, I don't know. I think Manchester United are going to want to come back now and prove a point after being a bit poor lately.
Yep.
I just can't see Newcastle getting anything out of that game, to be honest.
Gary?
Yeah, because Gary wants to maintain his lead. I don't think Newcastle's going to get any points out of this. So, yeah, I'm going with my what benefits
Gary,
me.
I'd love it if we win. I'd love it if we win. We've got to go up to Old Trafford and get something. I
You know what? I always say
I love it.
You know what I always say? I don't care who teams win or lose to, as long as they lose to us.
Yeah.
I don't care who they. I don't. So as long as they, let them have this win, as long as we get to beat them. All right. So I guess we already have played them, but I like to see them lose. So
I know you kindly went on Rich's channel. What's the feeling Manchester United are having for their season so far? The overriding feeling they're having.
I think they feel good about it. I mean, I think they know they're not Man City, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like they know that they've got some time before they can get to a position where they can actually beat a team like Man City consistently, or actually be able to compete with them consistently. Right now, they're not there, so they we're seeing an inconsistency from them. They're up and down, right? They're in second place, but they've had 3 draws out of the last 5. So
Mhm.
yeah, they feel like they're still a ways away, and they're probably going to have some turnover this summer, right? Maybe some
Mhm.
big ones, maybe just some strategic ones, but I think they know where they're happy with second.
Yeah. If
So
they maintain it, right?
yeah.
Brownie said Vardy did play last night.
Okay.
Tony, Man United, Newcastle.
I think United's be on a hangover from their 4-0 win and either be a draw or loss for them.
Is this your upset as well?
Yes.
No, it's not. It's not. As
Yep.
his lawyer, I'm saying no.
Gary don't want me to pass him.
Mm.
Gary's got a lead, and he's trying to play defense now.
Yeah. Well, as long as if I get my win, you can have your win. So then I think we'll be tied if that happens, right?
You're going to be nervous if you don't get your points on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
You're going to be nervous going into Sunday. Alonso?
So I think that both teams are at a standstill. I think Man United are overrated. I think that their positioning is way off. I think they've gotten lucky. I think Newcastle has improved themselves on why they're not a bottom feeding team. So I think that it will be I think it'll be a scoreless draw actually.
Yeah, just what you said there, Alonso, reminds me of what people say about Unai Emery, Sam. We got lucky in the 22 game unbeaten. Do you think Man United have had a lot of results in their favor in the same manner?
I think so.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Sorry, Alonso. Sorry, I thought you said Sam. Sorry, I don't know.
Roger sounds exactly like him.
But I think that they're a team that lacks identity, and I think they lack that killer instinct that most teams and positioning have. And like in the past, like you see a top 2 team, a second place team with a lot of talent, and they know they could bet on the team they have from the year previously, and the year following the next one. So I don't see a lot of I see a lot of us in Man United, but Man United just been lucky to get the calls that we should be getting. So I
And
think
they're probably a year ahead of us in our development. So Sam, the same question to you. We got lucky. A lot of us Arsenal fans said we got lucky under Unai Emery. We overachieved in the 22 game unbeaten, and have Man United sort of been gotten the rub of the green, or have they overachieved in their run this year in the league?
I think they probably have a little bit because Solskjaer he has made a lot of weird decisions, hasn't he? I mean, he's been a lot better this season than previously, but he lucked into it a little bit as well with the Bruno Fernandes signing. That they certainly changed their fortunes a lot when he came in, and he's done quite well. But yeah, it's just that as soon as they get close to doing something, they just can't do it. That mentality is not there. It's like Roy Keane has been saying about them, on TV. He said, the team just doesn't have the bottle. They just don't have that winning mentality. As soon as they feel they're getting close, they just crumble under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So that's their main problem. They don't have that strong mentality that we had back in the Ferguson era. So I just don't think they're going to be there really with with Solskjaer. I don't think they're ever really going to get anywhere. Maybe they'll win maybe a cup here or there. Maybe if they keep hold of Solskjaer, but no, he's there's just the players are not the players are not there mentally as well.
No, I think they're good enough to get to semifinals, and they're being called bridesmaids of certain competitions. Semifinals of the FA Cup, and we'll see what happens this year. But I really would like it if they lost more semifinals this year. Gary, get to the last fixture here: Brighton versus Palace. Looks like a draw to me.
I think I'm actually going to go with Brighton. Actually, I think Brighton draw home.
Palace have really struggled this year.
Yeah, I think I like Brighton in this game. They're at home, and I think they're having a good time. I think haven't lost in 5 games at least. So
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Brighton. Brighton for the win.
They started off by beating Tottenham a number of weeks ago. We previewed that. We notified that on one of our podcasts, and they've been good since. I think they beat Liverpool as well. Tony?
Yeah, Brighton's got 3 draws and 2 wins in their last 5. Crystal Palace ain't playing at Selhurst Park, so I'm taking Brighton.
Yeah, like you said, wow, Liverpool and the chickens, huh?
Tony will always take that opportunity to emphasize Selhurst Park because he lost the quiz on an anagram. You won it. Alonso?
Yeah, I agree with Ray and Gary. I think it'll be Brighton will win. Brighton Hove Albion will win. I think they win 2-1.
Yep.
The Seagulls.
All right, and Sam?
Yeah, I think Brighton are going to be the slightly stronger team in this one, and they can pull it off. I think they can win.
All right, so listen, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, I can creep closer to Gary's target, and I'll drag Tony with me. Tony will actually be in the lead.
Not if I win. Not if I win.
Alonso's gone for what could actually happen. He could actually get all 5 points here. It'd be a solid 5 points, Alonso. And not if you win, Gary. Not if you win. Listen. Take an opportunity if you're watching this on playback to hit the likes. Yep. Sam, you almost knew I was going to do that before I did it.
Yes.
You're a pro.
I'm a pro.
All right. Quick word. We'll go counterclockwise for the first time. Alonso, final word tonight, and your thoughts for Manchester City on Sunday.
Yeah, so I want to thank everyone for their support during this tough time. And it's been extremely difficult, but we'll push through it together. And help out Tony as well, because his donations matter as well. Now to Arsenal, I think it'll be a closer game than what people would think that it will be. I think that our attack has gotten a little bit better. And I think that we'll give Man City a go at it. I think that we can win this game. I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be 3-2 to Arsenal.
Tony?
Kind of thoughts go out to Alonso on his apartment catching on fire, and other people in Texas and Oklahoma that's doing without water and power and other things because of the storms.
Yep. Tough times.
And I think Arsenal will surprise us and get a win.
I really hope so. I think it's a bonus game for us, and I think it's a chance to measure ourselves up against them. I do agree with Sam and maybe Gary that the Europa League is more important competition at this point now, especially after just a draw.
We have no depth where we went resting.
Yeah, exactly. Gary?
There is a way for us to win. but it's up to Arteta to
Score
get
more goals, Gary.
Huh?
Scoring more goals.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess win and have a good game. I think we can still get a point out of this at the least. So I think that is in us if we are disciplined. So
Yeah,
I'm going with a draw because I think a draw is more realistic. A win
Yeah.
might be is a big stretch, but I think a draw we can definitely do that. Especially like I said, I think if we're able to get
I
our
want to see the two lefties.
even if
Two
we
lefties.
if Pepe has a good game, and also if City also is preparing for their first leg of the Champions
leg?
League, if they might be resting some players as
Right.
well.
Here's
So
your
if
first
they-
leg.
So if they're
First leg.
doing that, then that might help us out. If they're only going to bring in Aguero and Kevin De Bruyne, then I guess it's really not they're not really resting anybody if they bring those two in because they need to get into form or whatever. So, but I'm going for a draw.
Yeah, and I really hope Lacazette starts this game. I don't think it's suited for Aubameyang. And Sam.
Yeah, I just think I think we'll lose against City. Probably not by much because I think we'll probably give them a decent game, but we won't. I don't think we'll have a chance of winning really. Which is I know it's a bit strange because City is normally a type of team we can play well against because they're going to pressure us and we can counter them, and that is something that suits our playing style quite well. But I just think Man City are too strong for us. They're too good and too good a form. The players are too good. Their midfield is too strong for ours. It's. I'm afraid it's just going to be a game where we're just going to try our best and hopefully, we can at least not look like a bunch of idiots by the end of it. Hopefully, so yeah. So it is what it is. I think we'll lose, but then hopefully we'll have rested a few players, maybe take off a couple of players, give them a bit of a breather towards the end of the game, get them ready for Thursday, because Thursday is our biggest task. We have to beat Benfica and go through. We can't go out this early again in the Europa League. It's pathetic. It's just not good enough. Benfica are not a great team. Losing against them is not good. We've already been the FA Cup this season for God knows what reason, really. I mean, we already knew there was going to, with 19 games left in the season, it's too early to start bidding important games. And so that's basically where we are at the moment. I think we need to focus, everything on the Europa League and see how far we can get there. Maybe we can be able to get into the final again. Maybe we can even win it. Because we are a cup team, we know that we're a lot better in knockout scenarios than we are normally in over a league with 38 games. So we'll see. But as the other guys are saying here, we've got I don't know about Aubameyang. I don't think he can start. I think we have to look at other alternatives. And
I don't think he's the kind of striker that we can play against City. We're not going to be able to retain or hold on to the ball too well. And he's not the kind of player. He's a finisher. Yeah. He wasn't finishing today. I'm excited about what we're seeing right now. This part of the season, we are seeing the young players coming to the fore. We're seeing Saka coming to the fore. This is what this season should have been all about 2 or 3 months ago. Even it's taken a long time for us to see January and February with young players. Saka moving forward, Emile Smith-Rowe, Odegaard, and even Tierney. So I'm excited to see what the rest of the season comes with us. We have Sunday's tricky game against City. Benfica will be tricky. We'll have to get past them to progress. And Leicester will be tricky. But after those 3 games, we get into March and the schedule gets slightly easier. So hang in there, Arsenal fans, hang in there. It might be a little bit of short-term pain on Sunday, but we get through Benfica, we get to the next round. There's good teams in the Europa League, and we'll see what happens. It's a season of development. If we can get to the Europa League final, it would be a great thing, but we'll see what happens. Thanks, Sam. It's late there. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Gary, Tony, thanks, and Alonso.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Once again, please check out the GoFundMe pages, and I'll put them in the description down below. And the biggest thing is awareness. Try and share the links around on your social media.
Yeah.
We're appealing to Arsenal fan channel.
Yeah. Give whatever you can,
family.
even if it's a share. So
We're appealing to the family to do some go forth and spread the news. You know what I mean? Listen,
No puns.
Tony, we comfortably made 2 hours, Tony.
I was waiting for a pun.
Waiting for a plug?
Pun.
A pun. Okay. Let's get Tony up on his feet again, and I got to come up with some new material, Gary.
yes, you might not have used that the last time, but yeah, you were stumbling over your lines there. You need to come a little bit better prepared.
I didn't know I had to have a pun every live stream. And Alonso
You're slipping, Ray.
doesn't give me a hard time like you do, Tony.
You got to give Alonso a leg to stand on.
That's
right.
awesome, bro.
Tony, you asked for this on Sunday. I'll be prepared, Tony.
Oh.
I'll be prepared. All right.
Well,
So
you know what? We're gonna need it, Ray, because it could turn into a massacre. We're worried about Valentine's Day massacre. We might just have the Benfica sandwich massacre right in the middle of the two games, just
the
like
meat- usually the meat in the sandwich is the best part. So hopefully we
I
get
don't.
that
Yeah, it maybe not.
All right. So we're gonna have some of these people for a pre-game show, post-game show Sunday, and we will see you all there. Until then, we missed our chances. We had our chances. We missed them. Next Thursday, let's take them. It's a long outro. You're doing
Are we
too
going to see
early.
Pepe? Is that what you're saying? Pepe starting, Sam?
Is that your Pepe thing, Gary?
No, has nothing. No.
Where's my right foot? I've got no right foot.
Got your left.
Oh, there's my right foot. There it is. That's where it's
Left
been.
foot. That's a left foot. That's all he's
I
got.
really enjoyed this podcast, and it's a lot of fun doing it with all four of you. If Stan was here, it'd be fun as well. If Anthony was here, it would be fun as well. And that's what it is. It's a group. It's a band of brothers. Thanks. I hope everybody enjoyed it. We'll see you on Sunday. The Impossible Dream.
Continue on through it. You might not stop.
The Impossible Dream on Sunday.
Yes.
Take care, Tony.
Dream
Gary,
big.
Sam, Alonzo.
Put your
See
foot
you guys.
into it.
Take care.
Put your foot into it. We're out of here. Weekend's coming. Come on, you Gooners, up the Arsenal.